Hello, welcome back once again to the Retrocade podcast, episode 43 of our nonstop quarantine marathon. It's Phil,
Sean,
and
Chris,
host of the Chris Amodio show himself.
Yes.
We got him here.
He's been on the show before. So.
Yeah. This is not
one time. It
was only once. Okay.
Yeah, it was only once.
Returning guest, nonetheless.
Yeah, you're a returning guest. Yeah, you're a friend of the cast, returning guest, and
big fan.
We promised quarantine content, and here we are.
Here we are. We're not lying. We have quarantine content for days and days. We actually have. I haven't left the studio room in just weeks. So it's been fantastic.
Oh, that's your bed over there?
Yeah. Oh, forget about it. It's a cot. I sleep on the
Bottles
ground.
of urine everywhere.
It's a real Howard Hughes scene here. I keep the bottles of urine. Oh, should we throw those out? Oh, no.
No, we need those.
We'll hang on to
Those
those.
are necessary.
Yeah, they're afraid they're necessary.
Because I drink my own urine?
Oh, yeah. Well,
You save nutrients that way.
Yeah. And there's no water bottles at the store, apparently. And we never use toilet paper to begin with. So.
No.
Yeah. So how's everybody's quarantine been going? Fantastic, I hope. I trust.
Well, we're still working out every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, everybody.
Nothing's changed for me besides getting drunk on the weekends.
There you go. Right.
if anything, the only thing that's changed is just less options of entertainment.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
no
much it.
sports, so
Well,
keep-
no sports, and the entertainment now is just solely in your room, like
Yeah.
Netflix and whatever. It's
Video games.
You make your own
Netflix,
entertainment.
Yeah, we've been making our own entertainment. You know, it's crazy that there was just the
Doing yard work for animals and.
obviously everyone's playing Animal Crossing. It's totally like, to me, a Gen Z game. You know, like it's like.
Oh, it even looks Gen Z.
It looks like a Gen Z
Did
game.
you ever play? I remember playing on GameCube about 15, 20 years ago.
the original Animal Crossing?
Original.
Oh, you see, this isn't.
See, I never played
to
that.
me. I didn't even know that this was like a remake. I thought this was brand new.
No, so they've come out pretty much every rendition since GameCube. GameCube was the original,
See, I'm out of the loop.
and the one I played thoroughly was GameCube. And I liked it. I also was,
So like you said,
13 years old.
We
when I
mentioned
played
Farmville before. Is it
It's
like-
Farmville. It's gotta be
right?
Farmville.
It's got to be Farmville.
Like
what do you-
Farmville's a phone game. Am I right?
Yeah.
Facebook game, whatever.
Yeah, but you just make a farm.
Yeah,
Like,
you just
I
fucking
remember
tend the herd.
yeah, tend the herd and fucking plowing fields.
Or you thin the herd with COVID virus.
Yeah.
Well, that's happening too.
New update.
New update.
So, yeah, essentially you play the game and you're doing yard work, chores, and pretty much the whole principle of the game is paying off your mortgage. So it's like real life.
No, this is
You're
perfect.
paying your mortgage off to get a bigger house.
Millennials and Gen Z can't get mortgages anyway, so this is the
Yeah, so that's what they made it
this is
for.
the
Here,
closest thing you get to that.
you want a house virtual.
virtual house.
Yeah, but you have like a flamingo and rhino neighbor, so it's cool. You know?
Oh,
That's what pays
instead of like, cousin Jimmy across the street who's gonna be busting your balls.
And Mikey Fazul's up
Mikey
the block.
Fazul's.
You're making too much noise.
Well, that's the Staten Island DLC. All right?
Yeah, that's Staten Island. Yeah,
There's like a donkey. His name's Dominic. He's
Dominic the donkey. Yes.
But it's everyone's playing Wildfire. Everyone. It's
Yeah.
it's the game trending.
But
right
is
now.
everyone playing it because everyone's playing it, or is it actually good?
It's probably a mixture of both.
I hear a lot
I
of
can see
people
that.
say like Gen Z kids like, oh, it's mad soothing, like, and I'm like, is it though? It's
I
mad
think everyone's
soothing?
just bored out of their fucking minds, so they're like, all right, this is a game I can kind of have a purpose.
It's a mellow game. You're doing
It's very
simple.
mellow. You're not fighting anyone.
No,
there's
no-
no
there's
sinister plot.
Somber music,
Yeah.
it's
It's not like the
relaxing.
Shinra, the Shinra Energy Corp in Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
You're not fighting any
there's no-
devious entity.
Right, you're not building.
Nemesis
up to
isn't
fight.
chasing
You're
you.
building you're decorating your house and running errands. Like that's
Yeah,
essentially
there's
it.
no overarching.
Then it has like the
triggering plot.
cutesy fucking animal,
Yeah.
Nintendo bullshit.
That's been around forever.
Nintendo's racking up. They said besides
Oh.
Smash Brothers is the #1 selling game of the Switch.
Really?
Wow, which is
Wow.
which is shocking because honestly, before this, I didn't know what the fuck Animal Crossing was. So obviously we all know Smash, and but I think that maybe that's just a testament to my fucking
Honestly,
age at this
if you
point.
gave Lindsay the game, I think she would love it and probably be
Oh, this
play
is
nonstop.
perfect. I love
Even over Zelda, though? Zelda didn't make that much money?
Zelda, Breath of the Wild made up there.
Yeah.
Those are the top 3. I love Link's Awakening. I just finished the remake.
Yeah, see, I didn't play any of the Zelda since, like, Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask was the one Zelda I didn't beat. I just got
it was just-
like
yeah,
the
it was too
clock
hard.
was annoying. And it was tough.
I didn't
man.
play Majora's Mask.
You gotta run through the dungeon. I'm like, I don't want to run in a Zelda game. I want to take my time, solve
Yeah,
puzzles.
exactly.
I
Go
don't
through
be
the
on a
water
fucking
temple
clock.
for 6 days.
My friend Steve loved fucking Majora's, of course. The worst Zelda games.
Of course, the worst one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I never got that bad reviews, just in comparison to.
It's a cult game for Zeldas. It's
Yeah.
because it's like a direct sequel.
yeah, to
of Link's.
Oh yeah,
Ocarina
Link's
of
Awakening.
Time.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time.
And most Zelda games are just their own verse, their own everything. So it's a direct sequel, which is rare.
But Ocarina of Time is like
Timeless.
That's the original. Yeah, that's the best
fucking
one.
like
Yeah.
the fucking.
That's the first Zelda game I remember just being like mesmerized, blown
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
Like,
that
I had
game's
the NES,
awesome.
I had the Super Nintendo ones.
And
which
I
are cool.
was more into Pokemon at that time, but even I played it, and like I was like just like so busy with Pokemon in my life, like Pokemon everything. Pokemon.
It's probably the gold standard of 64.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
like
it's definitely part of the gold standard.
Of course, I mean, what else are you gonna mention? Of course, you're gonna mention GoldenEye. You mentioned Super Mario. You're not gonna
Shadows.
mention Pilot Wings. Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows,
we all love.
we've talked that.
I was listening to the score the other day. Like that score is
fantastic.
freaking great. Yeah, like it's his own score. That's the book right there. Put it on. Yeah, show it for the people.
Oh, what a great book.
That's the book, and I also have the score down there too. We should be
but
putting them up. Yeah, it does have
Plenty of urine on there.
plenty of urine and quarantine dust on it. Yeah.
classic book too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the book was great.
Oh yeah.
And if you read the book,
fantastic story.
they left it out of the video game where like Prince Zizor or Zizor, whatever they want to pronounce it.
Shizor is the
Shizor, really?
official
He
pronunciation.
essentially is like trying to
Zizor,
rape
right?
Princess Leia in the book.
Yeah.
They left that out of the
He
video
uses
game.
his pheromones, to fucking.
Well, I got a
pretty
fun
much.
fact about Sizor.
Yeah, what do you got? Tell us.
He was in Clone Wars, the last episode.
Wait. Was he mentioned though?
No, he wasn't mentioned. But you see him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You see, because I watched the last episode, and I did hear that on the
He was
internet.
in-
I thought maybe they were talking about the coming
He
episodes.
was in the hologram when Mole's talking to those three people.
He's in the
He
background
No,
of the
he was
hologram?
one of the holograms. Big. You
Dude,
could see him as
that's
clear as
fucking
day.
Fuck
Sick.
out of here. I didn't miss
If
that.
you
So
realize,
sick.
if you realize,
That's why I said to rewatch.
if you
this.
realize
Yeah.
Ender Solo, Mole's
They
in like a
mentioned
crime
Black-
syndicate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mole's
yeah.
crime. Yeah.
And Zizor is a black sun.
Well, they
one of
mentioned
the
Black
biggest-
Sun in the movie.
It's one of the biggest crime
yeah,
syndicates
it's
in
pretty
the
much
galaxy.
the big crime.
If they made a Solo 2, he would be in it.
These
yeah.
crime syndicates are essentially the Star Wars version of cartels. That's
Yeah,
how I would
Pretty much,
describe
yeah.
it.
Huh.
of course.
So Zizor's, green Pablo Escobar. If
Yeah,
you are
pretty much.
aware of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But him being mentioned or seen is fucking.
It was sick. It
Well,
made
that's the
it made
first-
the whole show.
That's the first he's actually been seen in any Star Wars media. That's
Well,
not.
the beauty of
That's
it
not
is
Shadows.
that he is supposed to be alive now, and now he's canon because they threw out Shadows of the Empire. They
this
threw
is
it all
huge
out.
news because now Disney verifies his existence.
Yeah,
This
oh, yeah.
This is massive.
So that means Rendar exists.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
You make an animated Shadows of the Empire movie. It's
Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
I mean,
phenomenal.
Even Lucas said in the '90s, he was like, "Oh, if I had known about this in the '80s, I would have done a movie about it." Like he's quoted saying that, and I couldn't find the quote in recent years though. But I read
Disney,
the magazine
Disney
like in
watched the
98.
internet, so it's
Yeah,
gone.
you can't even fucking find it, but that's a fact. But of course, since they scrubbed all the old canon, it was all you didn't. Or I guess that's all.
No, that's
thrown out.
exciting
But
news.
now
I didn't know.
they're bringing back those characters like Thrawn and
I'm a big
stuff.
Thrawn fan. I love
Yeah, of
anything
course.
Imperial.
The Grand Admiral fucking.
The
Thrawn.
books are fantastic too.
See, I didn't
Zahn.
read the
Those
books. I
Timothy
heard the
Zahn
books are
books.
great.
The first
Timothy
one I
Zahn.
read. Yeah, the first one I read.
The
is
second
great.
one's not as good as the first.
What's
but
it? Dark Rise?
Dark Alliance.
Dark Alliance, whatever the.
It's more him with Vader.
I only read.
I heard all the
the
books are good. Like
There's
a lot of those books. Are good.
That
There's a-
trilogy in particular
The
is
third
great.
book's
and
not
then
out
there's a
yet.
lot-
Third book's not
Oh,
out
you're
yet.
talking about the new series?
Thrawn
Oh, the
books.
new Thrawn books. I thought you were talking about the Timothy Zahn old ones.
No,
Okay.
Zahn wrote he's like the premier Star Wars writer.
Yeah. Him and like James Lucino, who did Plagueis, which is a very fond book.
I've heard good
Everybody
things on
loves
Plagueis.
book.
I never read Plagueis.
Sean, out of all people.
No, I only read the first chapter, and then I.
But
Yeah.
Thrawn, I did read the Thrawns. I also read the Tarkin book, which was very good.
Right.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
so you're
Timothy
reading
Zahn.
all the new canon stuff, which is all canon. I haven't gotten a chance to get into too much of that. I'm still trying to catch up on old stuff, but that's kind of.
The thing is, when it's not canon anymore, I have less interest in reading.
Yeah,
it.
because
That's
it's
the
like
unfortunate
because you know
thing.
it's never going to
Even
go
if
anywhere.
it's a
Yeah.
fucking awesome book, it's just
Right.
like it's irrelevant.
And
It's
there's
like
no
reading
new
fan.
tie-ins.
It's like reading fan fiction. Like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
the point?
pretty
much,
much.
yeah.
I know, but it almost feels like the new shit is more fan fiction sometimes. But
Well,
just
it's more.
because
It's more
there's-
whitewashed. It's more.
yeah,
it
PC.
lacks
Yeah,
character-
more Disney. More
yeah,
Disney.
Yeah, it's
It doesn't
less,
take risks.
Yeah,
There's
there was a
not-
lot more grit of the '90s.
There's less
ones, for
darker
sure.
themes.
Yeah.
There's no rape.
Definitely
There's no murder.
Yeah, there was never Prince Sizor spraying his pheromones on Princess Leia to get her to take your top off. Like, that's pretty much the chapter. And there's even a one of the what's it called titles in the soundtrack is the seduction of Princess Leia. But that
see,
score is
there you
great.
go.
Yeah, that's
that
called
score
I don't
is
think
very
I ever
good.
listened to the score.
Oh, well, you played the game, right?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
all those
yeah.
other themes. They're in the score is those, but in their full
So-
like.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that
There's a
out.
few
Great.
I
I
remember
have it.
distinctively is the when you're driving the.
Oh, Beggar's
speed-
Canyon, the
the
speeder
speeders, that's the
best
one.
I remember that one. I
Yeah,
remember
that's a track.
The
Yeah.
Sewers. I remember vividly.
Sewers, yeah,
Sewers was a
yeah.
famous one.
There's
so.
all of those tracks are in their full entirities. Those are like excerpts of them. Those are like the like a 60-second loop, and there's more to them, and they're
Plus,
amazing.
the sound quality of 64 games are minimal.
No, it's like
Yeah.
the disc is great. I was listening to Fall Asleep the other day because I was like, yeah, that score was great. And then there's even more parts to it that are not in the game. Like there's the Force theme, and it's in this awesome rendition, and like Vader's, the Imperial March in an awesome rendition. That score is great. It's just great. Honestly, it's better than probably any of the new scores in the new
I think we
movies.
mentioned this briefly on the last cast, but the re-release of Pod Racer. That's the
yeah.
same era of
That's
game.
why I got a Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for those to fucking get. You know,
I've
that's
never-
what we were saying. Hopefully that comes, and then maybe we get Shadows of the Empire again. I'd love to see those remastered.
I think if we
digitally.
all buy it and our friends and listeners out there buy it,
buy it, fucking
I
give
think-
them more money.
they're gonna be
Everybody
like,
buy
wow,
it.
we
Buy it.
sold a lot. Let's do Shadows.
Exactly. That
You know?
exactly.
This
Oh,
is like a test
there's
run.
yeah,
See,
there's a
why
market.
why go Pod Racer first and not Shadows?
It's multiplayer. It's simpler.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
I
sense.
guess
It's
so.
probably easier to like do the graphics.
Play it
than
online,
Shadows.
I guess,
Yeah,
because
like
you
a
would
4-year-old could play it and just like
very
press A.
simple.
And
Yeah, because that game did kind of appeal to children. I mean, like we were saying in the last episode, the McDonald's, our local McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Had fucking Pod Racer in the little play place. You know, if you ever remember McDonald's in the 90s and 2000s, sometimes they had N64s that you could play, and that our local one had that as one of the games.
That's one game I've never owned. I remember renting
Yeah,
it.
I rented.
Yeah,
it.
I never owned it. Yeah, I
That
never
was
owned
like
it either.
the blockbuster rental.
Yeah,
Like,
I-
I must have
I-
rented it at least twice.
I rented
maybe
it
3 times.
and then played it a lot at
that
the
and
McDonald's.
Super Nintendo Return of the Jedi. I never owned, but I
Really?
always
The
rented it.
the
Yeah.
Super Star Wars.
Yeah,
you mean.
yeah.
I didn't own any of those actually.
They were
I
too
only would
hard
rent
for
those.
me.
I never.
were
I
tough.
never beat any.
My
of them.
neighbor had them, so I
we
rented
were also
them.
kids, so
Yeah.
you know.
They were tough fucking games.
Tough.
because you couldn't save it. You just where you died, you died.
I remember the first one, Super Star Wars. You're in the Jawa land crawler.
You never got out of Tatooine.
It reminds you of like the Ninja Turtles NES game when you're untying the
yeah.
bombs.
And there's Sarlaccs and shit.
hardest fucking game in
Womp
history.
rats.
But everyone talks about the Ninja Turtles NES game.
Yeah,
You go
yeah, yeah.
upstairs.
You're in
you
the
just get hit
dam.
by a bus
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
it.
But you're in a
God.
dam, and you're first off, you think about this game. Whenever released now as a level, you're untying bombs in a dam.
Right,
That's the level.
It's gold.
And you're avoiding jellyfish and robots.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
impossible on a
Oh,
time
impossible.
That was only NES, right?
NES, and
Oh,
you're a
man.
7-year-old trying to fucking untie bombs, and you're like, fuck. Like, Dad, can you help me untie these bombs?
I honestly don't think I've ever got past like maybe 1 or 2 levels in that game. In all honesty,
You can't beat it.
no.
I don't know. I never met anyone in person that beat it.
I only had an NES for like a month, and then SNES came out, and then I got it for Christmas. So like I had briefly NES, but it was only Duck Hunt and Mario. I never got any of the cooler.
I was a big
side
NES
games.
guy because my
You were,
dad.
yeah, and you also had Mega Man original.
My
and
dad
stuff.
had it before I was born. I just kind of inherited it.
Right.
And then
See.
they were like,
I-
we're not buying you video games. So like, I just kept
Right,
buying
you
NES
didn't really
games.
have SNES,
I
did you?
didn't.
Yeah. You went on to N64 direct.
Yeah, see, I was SNES. I had like
I had
NES,
SNES
yeah.
for years and Sega, and then finally N64.
I was like the kid in '93, like buying the last NES
the rest
games coming
remnants.
out.
Then like I remember going into Funko Land. If you remember
Oh.
fucking Funko Land,
There was
remember that
two.
place?
There was one
on Forest was the one I was
Forest for
talking
Western
about.
Beef Plaza.
That's
And
the
then there
I'm
was
talking
one by
about.
the mall.
Then it became a GameStop.
Yes,
it
it
was
became
by,
GameStop.
next to Circuit City.
Yes.
I think it's Dick's Sporting Goods now.
Yeah, the one I'm thinking of is the Forest Avenue.
That was
one.
the first one.
That was the first one. Before the second one, and then we went into the Funko Land. I remember and seeing Ghostbusters for NES and being like, and I was a huge Ghostbusters fan, but I didn't have NES at the time. I think my dad gave it back away because I had SNES at that point. But like I wanted to play it so bad, but looking at it on the internet, it was like a shitty game.
I remember renting that at Blockbuster. No, actually, renting it at like a third store video.
Oh, you mean like
Giant video.
Palmer
Oh,
Video?
Yeah, like Western video.
Western Beat Video.
Like,
West,
What was the
I
video-
rented it. It
West
was
Coast Video.
What was the video on the video store on
West-
Amboy across from Blockbuster?
Palmer Video on Amboy?
No, I thought it was like
There was-
Suntime Video.
Oh,
or
Suncoast.
Yes.
It was Palmer first and then Suncoast.
I remember West
Yeah.
Coast. It was on Highland Boulevard.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
Staples. I think it's like a sushi place.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And it was West Coast Video.
West
I
Coast
remember
Video.
yeah.
There
going
was
there.
a couple of West Coast videos. Then there was Hollywood Video, I think.
I
Right?
think West Coast
Yeah, yeah,
became
yeah.
Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
let's be
Because there was
snazzier.
there was one of those behind the Chili's on
Hollywood.
Richmond. Yeah, Hollywood Video. All these movies are in Hollywood. Yeah, fucking trash. I loved Palmer Video though. I went there for years.
There was a
and-
Palmer on Forest. I think it's like Project Brunch now. There was a Palmer.
yeah.
Oh my God,
rest-
that's depressing.
That's depressing. Our childhoods have been replaced by Project Brunch. They got good shakes there though.
The food is good.
food
though.
is good there. You gotta get.
I want
you don't
that.
like it?
I don't like paying $40 for breakfast.
You don't want a
Yeah.
small sizzling steak for $80?
Yeah, it'd be sizzling your wallet, Sean. Me and Lou, friend of the cast, he's been on the podcast too. Once.
friend of food as well.
Yeah.
friend of the restaurateur.
Friend of buffets, Lou on the podcast. One time we went there. Yeah, the bill was like $70, and he specifically asked, and this is just brunch, on a weekday, and he was like, the coffee's free refills, right? And they were like, yeah. And he was like, good, leave the pot. And then he had like 8 cups of fucking coffee.
Love it.
At noon, yeah. And I'm like, and I'm like keeping up with him. Like, I drink a lot of coffee, and I'm at 3 cups. I'm like, Lou, are you fucking
Have another.
Sure? He's like,
It's free.
This is nothing.
Babe, we need another pot here.
Yeah. Fresh pots. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I remember not going to sleep that night. Yeah, and him getting that $80 steak that you spoke of. Mm-hmm.
But so speaking of video games, quarantine everyone's playing. We talked about Animal Crossing. I just got the Final Fantasy VII remake. I love it.
Oh yeah. How's it look?
I'm about 20 hours in, so I'm halfway through. Love it. Great remaster.
Looks great.
Mechanics
Plays great.
flawless.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Problem is, this is part 1.
Right. So wait, you only really have like disc 1 of it, because you know how Final Fantasy VII was 2 discs.
Yeah. So it's part 1 of indefinite parts. And the problem is that the whole game takes place in Midgar, which is like a big chunk of the early game.
See, I never personally played the game.
So
I just
Midgar
know
is this giant city.
Tifa Lockhart. My wife loves that game.
It's a giant city, and it's industrial, and you're kind of, you're almost like an eco-terrorist in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Midgar portion of Final Fantasy PlayStation is approximately maybe 7-8 hours.
Right.
This is like 45 hours. So this kind of reminds me of The Hobbit movies.
My God.
The Hobbit is 200 pages, and they made it into about 10 hours of content.
3 movies.
So it's the same
3
thing.
useless
They
movies.
add a lot of useless content.
So this is additional content to the original game.
Yeah,
you're
it's just
saying?
tons of new stuff.
So it's not a direct remaster. It's they
it's a remaster, but they just adds tons of shit.
It's a remaster so you can make more money off
more
of it.
money, more.
they're gonna milk it.
Anything?
Part 1 of 8.
Yeah, more of it. Yeah, you got to buy all the other parts.
Online, they're like, there's gonna be a minimum of 3 parts. That's minimum.
How much are you paying for each of these parts, sir?
I paid $60 for this.
So you got to pay
Jeez.
$180?
And I rarely buy new games.
I know, yeah.
But
I mean, obviously, quarantine time, everybody's
And
buying.
Yeah,
always
you have no
loved-
choice.
Yeah, you have
Final
no choice.
Fantasy's
What
like
else are you
my
gonna do?
favorite.
There's no bar. There's
It's
no
my favorite RPG growing up.
Great game.
So I was like all over it. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of people.
But
are.
you're looking at probably 4 years till completion.
Wow, that's fucking ridiculous.
And how much hours of playtime? It's got to be over 100 hours.
over
I
easy.
think the final, all said and done, will probably be like 120, 140.
Wow, this
range.
really does seem like The Hobbit. Fucking
For sure. It's a great game. I love
desolation
it. I
is
just
smooth.
don't want to wait 2 years between releases because then I'm going to like forget it.
Yeah, because then you'll play it, then you'll have to replay it, and
I
to
know.
play the next part,
Yeah,
then
and
play
you're
that
Well, I'm
part.
sure there's some way you just like upload your save.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that.
You're not going to go back to level 1 and
Nevertheless.
regrow all your spells.
But like
and
you
shit.
said, like in 2 years from now, you'll be like, what the hell did I just do?
You're going to forget everything and, but it is tremendous.
Yeah.
That was like the Telltale games, the Walking Dead games.
I played Wolf Among Us was a Telltale. And that was fucking
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Awesome. The Game of Batman one, which was on my radar, I never got it.
I heard
Oh,
they were
yeah.
alright. The Game of Thrones
They
ones
went
I heard were
bankrupt,
alright.
Telltale. Game of Thrones, I think each game's like 6-7 episodes.
Yeah.
I made it to like episode 3 now. I got sick of it.
Yeah, the Walking Dead ones were actually pretty good though.
The Walking Dead they made the most of. They
Yeah,
made like
yeah.
2 seasons.
They were awesome. But that was the same thing. You would upload your last season, like all the answers or whatever choices you made, and it would go into the next
It's cool though, like when you finish the game, they like rate your choices with everyone else. That
Yeah,
played.
yeah, yeah.
So, like 20% of people chose kill the witch.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
I always had like the drastic crazy.
Yeah, leave
choices.
guy to die.
Yeah. 10% chose.
Yeah.
You're a
3%.
terrible
your-
person.
Yeah. Leave your friend dead in
They
the ditch.
evaluate what kind of person you are at the end by your shitty choices in the game.
You are sinister.
We recommend all these mature video games for you.
Murder and
They
rape.
they went bankrupt. The company,
What with Telltale?
Telltale.
Wow.
But there's someone else out there that bought it for cheap, and they're trying to like
Buy it on the
rehash
cheap and
it. Sure.
reinvigorate.
It's a
it.
cool concept, but like the essential game is just you making decisions. There's no physical.
Yeah, it's boring.
That reminds me kind of that Black fucking Mirror movie.
It's very similar to that.
Do you remember that? Did
Yes,
you watch
yes,
that?
that's
The one
exactly
where
what
you
it. Yeah,
choose,
that's exactly what it's like.
Choose your path.
I remember something like
I
that,
hated
but
that.
this is.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I liked
Alright.
it, but like you made a choice, and it was like, nope, you made the wrong choice.
Yeah,
Go make
there was
this
a lot
choice.
of that
Alright,
shit.
I
We
remember-
ended up watching all like 6 hours of the content. You know.
I remember something like that, but one of you guys have to remember this. If you remember, it's like ancient days of cable.
Yeah, there was a wait.
CTV.
Oh my god,
So
yeah,
they
yo,
had
me and
these-
Miller used to play that in his
Yeah,
house.
so they had these like
You'd call?
there's like 6 different quests, and you call up,
to change.
and then you're in. It was like toll free. You didn't
Yeah.
pay for it, and then they're like, all right, you enter the forest. There's a big castle. Go in the forest.
There'd be like the crappy 8-bit music and
Yeah,
stuff.
in
It was
the
great.
forest. Forest.
You go in the forest, like killed by zombies, dead.
Yeah, game over.
So and you press it, and it was so fucking
That's
awesome.
Yo,
yeah,
that
back
was
in the day,
awesome.
that's fucking
You
high
remember what I'm
tech.
talking about, right?
100%.
This
That
is
was
probably
great.
like the late '90s. I want to say.
Yeah, me and Millie used to play that all the
What
time.
channel was that?
It's public access.
Wait,
I
is that
actually remember we-
just local. Then are you saying?
It was
was
that
like-
because it was like Staten Island
Staten
TV.
Island
Yeah.
cable. So
Oh,
only
get
you call in. There's these shitty graphics, and you know when you call in, it says you're in,
Right.
and then you pick the quest, like press 1 to go here,
Yeah.
drink the potion, take the sword, and you press
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it was the best.
And then your actions
Holy
dictate,
crap,
and you
memory
die.
lane.
You die so easily. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't go past like 2 or 3 choices.
Like,
Like,
you had to make
you're an
it-
idiot. Hang up.
They didn't want you to call back.
you had to make
You're
like
done.
12 consecutive choices to like wait a minute. No one, you'd always die.
Oh, that's
it was
no
really
matter what,
fucking
yeah,
cool.
That's funny.
It was cool.
I wish so, like,
top of the line in '99.
I wish you could find this on YouTube. Like it has.
You
like,
have to be able
we'll
to find
take a
it.
gander. If we
I
can
just
find
thought
it, we'll
about it.
put
It's
it on
been like gone in the
the deep in
archives.
Sean's subconscious there.
It was
Digging into the
fucking cool,
archives.
man.
That was dope.
Scoop up.
That was the origins
brains.
of like these Telltale games.
Yep.
Dialing public access.
And then like afterwards they would have like one of those like crappy like television shows like Staten Island like Rock Fest, and it'd be like some guy in his basement playing
Yeah,
guitar.
The one
like,
was called Industrial TV.
industrial TV,
Oh, yeah,
and there was
yeah.
like aliens and shit.
So
that
you
was
know-
a great
you know what
show.
I found out was on that?
The owner of
He died. The
yeah,
owner
he
of
just died, actually.
Hypnotronic Comics.
Hypnotronic
Wow.
Comics.
He
was
yeah,
one of the guys.
on St. Mark's in Staten Island.
He just
The-
died like a year or two
Yeah,
ago.
Industrial TV.
Yeah, he was
Holy
actually the
crap.
one running that.
Yeah,
and
there was
his-
two guys.
The reason the store hasn't gone is because his wife kept it running.
I
Otherwise,
went in there to like kind of give them money, but they just didn't have like good stuff.
I went in there not that long ago. I
I
think
like Jim Haley's just my go-to for
Right, you
comic
like,
stuff.
yeah,
I'm
you
friends
like
with the
Jim
owners.
Haley's.
They had good stuff.
Yeah. I actually I felt bad when I heard he passed away because he wasn't an older dude. He was like 50. Yeah, actually,
He was
here's
probably like 60 or something.
no, he wasn't that old. Here's that's the
His name was
the-
Ed, I know
yeah,
that.
Ed.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I
here he
remember
is.
that guy.
Yeah. He'd always.
He's a
of
nice
course, be
guy. I
in there.
met him like
yeah.
years ago.
His wife is running the place now. Yeah.
She's
I wonder
a
if we
sweet
look
woman.
up-
I just
His
I'm a
wife's
JHU
name is
guy.
Joyce. Yeah, if you're on Staten Island, definitely because it's not.
there's not too many left. Mikey's
not
Oh,
Mike's
no.
Comic
Comic Book Jones.
closed
Comic
down.
Book Jones is gone, so you really only have JHU, and you have this place, Hypnotronic Comics.
Where's
Hypnotronic Comics.
JHU? I never even.
Newport
Jim,
Lane.
Jim
It's been
Haley's
there
Universe.
forever.
It's on New York Lane.
Oh, okay, yeah.
there forever.
Yeah,
They're
They,
like the
they
first-
move locations
Yeah,
like down the block, but they're
So
still.
I was talking to them. They
and
said
then they have the one in Manhattan too.
They
of
said
course.
the one in Staten Island's like doing well. The Manhattan one's tough because
the rent is probably.
And you're dealing
70,000
and
a
you're dealing with Midtown Comics that has literally
Midtown
every single
Comics
True,
is a
there's
monster.
other competition
Midtown
with it.
Comics is a monster.
Conglomerate.
Corporate Comics Incorporated.
No, they're a monster. Literally.
What are you selling it for? $2? We'll give it to you for free.
But they have incentives like for
Get
every,
our
here.
credit card. Yeah.
but they have things that these stores can't compete with. Like
Oh,
for
yeah.
every $100 you spend, you get a $20 gift card.
Yep.
Yep.
Whereas like, you think JSU can do that?
No, not with a $70,000 a
And
month rent.
I have like my friend Maxim Berger, friend of the cast.
Yeah.
He goes there after work all the time and drops dough.
Oh, yeah.
Midtown?
And a lot of these
He's
like,
single-handedly keeping them afloat.
a lot of these Wall Street guys, man, they go in.
Yo,
there
that's
with
where I used
tons
to
of-
go. That's
tons
where-
of coin, and they drop it like it's nothing. They'll pick
Yeah.
up 10 trades and walk out. And
Oh, it was great.
on their lunch break and just read comics, you know. So
I used to
like,
buy a lot of stuff. from
Midtown
there.
Comics is sitting pretty. They're crushing money. I mean, I don't know about the virus now, but before pre-virus,
Oh, yeah,
they were
pre-virus.
doing great.
Yeah, here's the it was Ed Verullo. He died 2 years ago. It was the owner of Hypnotronic
Yeah, he
Comics.
was a nice guy.
Yeah, the place is cool. It's tiny. Like you can't have like a magic tournament there, but they got like cool trinkets.
It's
all
across
over
the
place.
street from the courthouse. in
Right, it's
Van
across the street from
Duzer.
the corridors. It's walking distance from the ferry. We're not endorsed by them, but you know, give them
We
some
like to
love.
support local
Yeah,
businesses.
give them
for
some
sure.
love, cause
Especially now.
especially now.
Everyone,
yeah, no.
everyone's hurting. We'll see when
Yeah.
this lockdown ends. It says 14 more days, but I think
Oh,
June
yeah.
1st.
2022.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
think
she's got a
June-
GoFundMe going. Oh God.
Oh,
Donate to her GoFundMe for Hypnotronic Comics. See, these places are in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are donating.
They got
but I wish them the
$1,000
best. Yeah.
Better than
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. So if you got a chance, check them out, or donate or buy something.
And
on
it's
their
free
website.
plug. We didn't even talk to him.
Yeah. No. Free plugs. So wish them the best. But yeah, crazy. Where are we segueing from that?
So Resident Evil, I don't. Chris played them.
Well, you finished 2. I never even finished 2.
It's hard, man. I think you got
It's
intimidated.
tough.
You talk about the
I got into- I'm not gonna lie.
The remake. The
Oh,
I am
okay,
not going to lie. I was
Everyone's doing
intimidated.
PlayStation remakes. Now.
Yeah.
That seems to
This
be
is
the
the
trend.
this is
Well,
the
because
trend
no
right
one
now.
has an idea for themselves, so let's
Ah.
just make money off shit that already
Creativity.
made.
Yeah, creativity out the
Creativity
window.
died in like 2004.
It really
right?
did. No, yeah, like 2012, I think even more recently when it's like, no, just all remakes, reboots, and
Mission
rehashes.
Impossible 12.
Yeah, I
right?
know. Fast and
No.
Furious 98. You know,
It's like, please, no more.
That's news. Fast and Furious 9 now won't even be released in theaters, and this is a big thing because, and this is actually breaking news.
Do people go see it in theaters?
They make fucking money. Apparently, people do.
People that go to
they
play
make a lot of
sports
money
bar,
overseas.
they go see
It's the
it,
same
right?
crowd, right?
Wait, you don't drive, bruh?
I'm gonna go see
Bro, I'm
Fast
gonna
and
drink some
Furious
White
30.
Claws.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Fast and Furious.
Oh, it's the biggest movie event of the year.
I'm gonna cheat on my girlfriend. Bro, it's gonna be sick.
Some people say I look like Vin Diesel.
Bro, I had tribals before him, bro.
They've aged terribly, but yeah. So actually, AMC, they're apparently the Fast and Furious
this is
9.
big.
Universal's releasing it now just on one of the premium services, meaning we don't know if it's going to be Netflix or.
That's gonna be video on demand. So it's gonna be. Like,
Oh yeah, video on demand.
VOD, yeah.
So yeah, VOD exactly. So it's going to be like a $19.99 purchase, but the thing is, it's not going to be in theaters. So now AMC is now saying, because AMC is like feeling the heat. First of all,
Well, they did it to Trolls. Trolls was the first one to do it, and
Trolls.
now
That's right.
AMC is like against them.
Exactly. Well, this is such a bigger thing now because now that they're shut down, they're dealing with the fucking serious heat of like, oh shit, if they start
They're
doing
close
this,
to
we're
bankruptcy
fucked.
right here.
Yeah, and not to mention all the other ones included.
all the movies are fucked.
All the movies are in bad shape, so now if they just do video on demand now and they just forego the theaters altogether, they're going to collapse. So now AMC is saying no more Universal movies whatsoever in our
yeah,
theaters.
so
You know
it's
what though?
Crazy.
If other theaters follow suit, it'll work. It's a strike because
Oh yeah.
Universal.
They're gonna have to band. It's one or the other. Either they're gonna fold or they're gonna have to band together and get something.
It's like that's
It's
why
crazy.
It's strength in unions is strength in numbers.
Yeah.
you get all the
They
theater
form a
chains to go
mighty-
in there.
Yeah, they're gonna have
Universal's
to.
gonna be like, oh shit, because they realize if this becomes a trend, the movie theater will be extinct as we
Oh,
know
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but
It'll
where
be
do you
closed
think Disney would stand on that? Disney's not going to let the movie theaters close with all the stuff they
They
make.
don't care. They're getting the money either way.
Yeah, but you could make a lot more money with Star Wars in the movie theaters than you can
Well,
buying
the
it
thing
on
is,
demand
I
for
think
20
the movie
bucks.
theater experience, especially, is
Yeah.
for children too. They like to get popcorn, do the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
when you were a kid going to the movies, it was like a nice little treat.
Of
you know?
course, but
Yeah.
of course, these corporations don't give a shit about that. They care about their bottom dollar. But you're right. Are they gonna? They're gonna figure. Are they gonna do their cost analysis, figure out are we making more money in the theaters itself? Because when you buy this for $19.99, well, you could have 3 or 4 people watch this for
Yeah.
$19.99, as opposed to those 3 or 4 people maybe going to see it.
And then you have it forever. Like, how many times do we see episode 3 in the
I
theaters?
do believe these are rental VODs.
Oh,
it's
rental.
19
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's $19.99 to rent it like for 24 hours or some shit like that for these new movies like Fast and Furious 9. I believe that's what I read.
I'm never paying $20. If I'm paying
Well,
money,
that's the thing
I'm
is that-
watching like
A lot of
Yeah.
people are arguing.
Fury Wilder on fucking paper.
Right,
Yes.
right. Well, of course. But the thing is, a lot of people are arguing that there's half in a camp like that. Fuck that. I'm not paying $19.99 for a movie at home. And then there's a lot of people saying, well, that's not bad because otherwise it'd be the 3 or 4 of us going out to see this
We'll
movie.
put
in
our
the theater.
Orville Redenbacher popcorn
Yeah,
Listen,
in the
exactly.
microwave.
If
know,
you have a
save
family,
money.
you're definitely saving money than going to the movie.
Of course.
theaters.
Imagine you're somebody that wants to go see maybe
Family
not
of
Fast and
4,
Furious.
family of
Yeah,
5.
but-
$150 easy.
Yeah, easy, you know, because $15 in New York City, it's at least $15 to go see a movie. So you got 4 people, that's $60, and then candy,
Popcorn,
like $100.
candy.
Popcorn,
candy.
$78.50.
Sodas are $6.
You sure you don't want the large?
Yeah, I want the large, Daddy. The large popcorn's $12.
I'll tell you though,
No, you seriously?
movie
it's well over
popcorn
$100.
will always be better than
Well, you gotta
Yes.
shoot that
Oh,
hot
yeah.
butter on it. Better than microwave.
You gotta shoot
Yeah,
it.
shoot a few more poots.
You gotta give that extra.
Give me a
pump.
couple pumps.
Yeah, a few more pumps. 2
I
more
got 2
poots.
more
Shaken
pumps.
salt.
Yeah.
Heavy salt.
I like
that
my
salt.
pump salty.
The salt is banging. It's not like they make it home in that microwave shit. Shoot
Well,
it
let
right
me
on
tell
there.
you how to make
Trash.
popcorn.
Buttered. Yeah.
You don't know how to make the
popcorn.
popcorn.
We have a good friend of ours that knows everything about the popcorn business, the
My
movie
uncle
business.
Pop's secret. He makes the best popcorn.
Orville
I was gonna
Redenbacher.
say, no, my uncle Orville Redenbacher.
He taught me the way.
He taught me the ways. He won't let me work in his factory though, but props to that
You don't
guy.
know how to make popcorn. Let me
Yeah,
tell
let me
you.
tell you how to make popcorn. I know Orville Redenbacher.
But I own AMC. I have the most successful popcorn.
I'm telling you, my uncle was Walt Disney.
Anyway, on that side deviant.
Yeah, going back, how was Resident Evil 2?
So, what part did you
I-
rage quit?
Not on. Honestly, I got to the dogs in the jail,
So-
and that was maybe.
That's early on in that game.
yeah,
right?
that was maybe 25 minutes.
Like
in.
the
20
hardest-
minutes. That was the first
Did
5
you get
minutes
out of the police station?
No shot.
So my hardest part that took me the most was the fucking parking garage. It was hard
That's
as
yeah.
fuck.
That's where I was. That's where right around where I was. Like I got
No, I
into the
think
parking
garage
garage.
is like when you're leaving, escaping the police station.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't get up to that. I got to like I saw the parking garage.
Like, you get in there and you're like, all right, let's see. And first off, the whole theme of Resident Evil is you have like 6 bullets in your
yeah, that's
Right,
why
right,
I was like, I
and
can't do
there's
this.
15
Yeah,
enemies.
yeah.
You're like,
Well, you
fuck.
gotta slice some of them though.
Yeah,
No, it don't.
stealth.
Not this game.
There's no slicing.
No.
It's just
So you have a knife, but you can only use it like twice, and then it breaks.
Yeah. Then you just get eaten.
Yeah, I
You're like you gotta utilize your resources and be smart.
Oh, okay, so
So
it's
if
like
two
that.
heal-
Yeah.
or use
It's
herb.
not
Who
unlimited.
the hell has the
ammo.
time for that?
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
plotting.
quarantine, I guess.
Yeah.
It was made for
We all
quarantine.
do.
I beat it before
Apparently.
quarantine. I beat it before quarantine.
Oh, good.
so
Sean's a
Resident Evil
predecessor.
3 came out, but it's $60.
I heard that one's a little bit more like you could.
it's more action.
Yeah, you can
But
move around.
still, it's not worth $60.
No,
It's a
no.
short game. It's like a 25-hour game. So it's like a $20 purchase when it's been out for a
It'll be
year.
on sale by the end of the month.
Resident Evil's great
Naturally.
because the whole premise is you get spooked. You know, these people.
Yeah,
shock
it was scary.
You have no. You're fighting for your life because you're always dying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of the premise.
Yeah, it's
of
a
it.
dark, kind of.
And the graphics
creepy-
now are
look great.
insane.
I don't like horror games, but I love Resident Evil.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a big fan.
Like I can never play Silent Hill. That would be. I would have to sit on the other side.
Like,
of the
I
room.
heard Dead Space is cool. I never got into it.
Yeah, no,
Resident Evil's the only horror game I really play, and I love it.
same here.
Quality.
And then now they're remaking all of them. They're remaking 4. 4 was a classic.
4
too.
was good.
That was a GameCube release originally. Hard, and you're in Spain, Leon Kennedy. It's hard as fuck too. But they made the games more. Resident Evil 6 sucks because you're just shooting machine guns.
Yeah.
And it's like a movie. It's like you're Rambo fighting
Yeah.
zombies. Whereas
No,
Resident
like-
Evil 2, you have 3 bullets and you're hiding in a police
I like the
station.
puzzles and everything in the old
Yeah.
games. Like,
I like
when you beat
puzzles
it,
and
you earned
difficulty.
it.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like the old Zeldas are puzzle fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very.
The
like-
newer Zeldas, the puzzles are there, but they're nowhere near
They're not like the
them out.
complexity that took
sure.
that
Because
the
you feel
original game.
accomplished, especially as a kid. when you
Yeah.
like-
Oh, definitely.
oh, yeah.
did,
when you beat the water temple
The
as
water
a
temple,
10-year-old,
I
you're
know.
like, oh shit.
That was a big accomplishment.
You went to
This is
school and talked about it.
Oh yeah, I played the water temple lesson. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You're a
Liar.
liar.
Yeah. You had to
Bring
take
your memory card in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, took like what's it called of it? Oh, that's what Steve did. Friend of the cast, Steve Sperling. He ended up getting Yoshi for the 120 stars.
I never
Okay.
got Yoshi. Did you guys get Yoshi?
I got Yoshi.
I never got Yoshi. I
I
only
could
got to
never-
100 and something
Yeah,
stars.
I
That
got
was
maybe like
life.
108
Not gonna lie,
stars.
life changing.
That was a big deal.
Life-changing.
Right. Because I only ended up
Some
getting.
of those stars are
100
too
stars.
fucked, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
like
the
Rainbow Cruise or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
Like
the
it was like
fucking
a boat and shit
yeah.
in space.
I think I got to like
Exactly.
108, and I just
Yeah, I got to the
fuck
hundreds
this.
and never got to $120. But Steve did, and to prove it, he took a Polaroid
Of
of,
Yoshi.
the Yoshi. Yeah. and
Oh,
brought it
wow.
up. Yeah.
Oh, no one would ever believe Steve.
No, even if you were there, you wouldn't believe it.
No.
You saw him do it, you're like,
You
"He's
saw it,
lying."
and then you would tell everybody else that he didn't do it,
Yeah,
even though
no,
you
he
saw it
didn't
live.
do it. I did it.
They're like, yeah, he did do it.
Yeah.
Steve, you lied.
Yeah.
My favorite is the John Russo story when we throw all, you were there. So he's like Derek Jeter.
Also friend of the cast? Oh, God, tell them that. This is a
We're
good
in
story.
John
Oh,
Russo's
no,
house.
yeah.
And he's like framed Derek Jeter pictures in his room.
Oh, God.
And I throw them in the fire pit.
Oh. Was it a fireplace or fire pit?
No,
No,
like
it was
a
like a
big party.
pit. Yeah, it was a pit.
And they're
Okay.
like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nah, Steve said it was okay. And they're like, oh, all
He's
right.
throwing his
We
valuable
gotta go into
memorabilia.
full story with this stuff.
Yeah, you're giving us the abridged
Are we
version.
are we gonna open the truths about this whole party?
It's been about 15 years.
I think he wouldn't care anymore about
and
the
if he
truth.
does,
So be it.
yeah,
Hey.
so be it. Support us on Patreon.
So I didn't do the porno order.
No.
That wasn't me.
I don't know who that was.
Well, are you gonna
All
tell
right, so
that
anyway,
side of the story?
So anyway, the
You're gonna
fire
just
pit.
gloss over it for our
The fire
listeners.
pit. Jeter's frames are burning in the fire.
Fantastic.
I'm a Mets fan, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then
I'm a
they're
Yankee
like,
fan, but it was
they're
great.
like, oh,
It's still funny because it's
the best is
his
people-
memorabilia.
His prized possessions.
His prized
It
possession.
wasn't an autograph. It was
Oh,
like,
no,
it
it wasn't signed by Derek Jeter when
it was
he went
like you
to
bought
Staten
M.
Island.
Odell's. Like,
Yeah, or like you
yeah.
got like a church basement
Yeah,
for like
yeah,
$2.
yeah.
Christmas gift fair at school.
No. Yeah.
So anyway, it's like burning, and the other people are like, "Why would you do that?" And I'm like, "No, Steve said it's
So,
okay." They're like,
blaming our friend Steve that he was allowed to. So you're at the party and this is the kid John Russo, and you don't care apparently about
He
the
used
kid's
to be a
memorabilia.
Mets fan.
Right, he was
Yeah,
a Mets
he
fan.
was-
John
and then he
Russo's a good
switched
guy.
over
He's a
to
friend
Yan-
of mine.
Yeah,
I
no,
give
he's
him
a friend
all-
of ours. So
high regards.
This is also 15 years ago.
Correct.
And that's, so you didn't care. It's a party, and you're looking to get a little wild. And he used to be a Mets fan, and you see, which you are, and you see Yankee memorabilia on the thing, and you're a little sauced, so you figure, fuck this
Yeah,
shit.
he flipped, so
and then you
it was
fucking,
fair.
Yeah, he flipped from
Yeah, it was
Mets to
fair.
Yankees,
Yeah.
so it's like
It was flipped.
your respect for his like love
Yeah,
of the team is
yeah.
kind of
in question.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
definitely
definitely in
questionable.
question.
So
Yeah, for
this
sure.
Yankee memorabilia is in the fire pit, burning.
Derek Jeter's face is
And they're like, "Oh, Steve said it's okay. That's fine."
Yeah.
Everyone everyone's
Oh
laughing.
yeah, because now
So you were with me. You're laughing hysterically.
so he has friends that you don't know at the
upstate-
party.
this is upstate
This
New
is
York.
upstate New
Yeah,
York,
yeah.
and we live in New York City, and so he's got friends that you don't.
I had
you
never
don't-
met
you
them
don't
in my
know.
life.
And then you're
Yeah,
throwing
I'm like
his fucking
his city friend.
right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like a
with
quaint-
city folk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
city folk that came up, and then you're fucking flinging his memorabilia in the fire pit, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And then you're like, "Nah, my friend Steve said it's okay to do."
So they tell him, he's like, what?
What?
What? They tell his mother. That's the
No,
big-
that opened the floodgates for they're like, all right, well, if they're doing this and they're city folk, like let's order porn on his
Oh,
Yeah.
so
on
is
his
that
basement.
how it went?
Yeah,
So they were like,
yeah.
"Oh, if Steve say it's
Yeah.
okay,
If
well,
they're
hell,
burning the
that
house
is-
down, why can't we?
So,
They
yeah, oh, so
ordered,
they got
they
it.
ordered approximately about $60 worth of porn on the pay-per-view cable.
Max porn, yeah.
$60. And the weirdest part, I go
Because they
in,
were expensive
Yeah.
back
It
then.
was
Even
so-
one movie could have been that
it
much.
was
you
so
know?
weird. So
I know.
it was a big party, right? There's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to be 60 people at this party.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a big. His parents had a big house.
And we stayed there too.
Yeah,
I remember we all stayed there. Yeah.
So at one point, I go in the house, like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like, let me make my rounds.
Right.
And everyone's just watching porn. I'm like, "This is strange."
Yeah.
On every TV in the house.
Yeah, like people like ashing on his basement floor. Like no cares
There's
giving
like
it out.
12 to 15
Burn your
people.
cigarette
just
The Derek
watching.
Jeter picture
Yeah.
changed the whole party.
If everyone's burning Derek Jeter.
It's like the COVID virus came into the party and spread. It's the virus of
The
destruction.
virus of mayhem, yeah.
So I'm like, why is everyone watching porn? They're like, nah, we order it. And then, long story short, 2 days later, the mom gets the bill. And they said Steve ordered all the porn.
Yeah, because Steve
Everyone blames Steve for
became
everything.
the scapegoat at that point. You open the floodgates for that too. You're like, no, this kid said it was okay.
Yeah, I
Burn
know-
the
the
memorabilia,
porno-
buy the porno, and
had
also
nothing-
ash all over the floor.
I had nothing to do with porno or ashing. I
No,
was
yeah,
only
the porno is the kids
yanking
upstairs.
memorabilia.
Full
Yeah.
disclosure, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Porno with the kids
unfortunately,
upstairs.
Sean was never invited back to the.
No,
None of
yeah.
us came back.
No, yeah, that was the last of that.
No one was invited back, unfortunately.
But the best part is she goes on Steve's Facebook and writes this scathing
I remember
face
that.
on-
I remember that.
publicly.
I remember that.
How dare you?
Oh wait. So if it was on Facebook, it wasn't that long. It was maybe 2009 or something like that.
2010 maybe.
Yeah, maybe I
It was literally when we were using Facebook for college, like when you got
so
right into that.
I was in
2009,
college, for
2000
sure.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because
Yeah.
now that you mention it, I remember seeing that post and laughing hard about it because I wasn't there for this event.
So
Full
you
disclosure.
ordered, you're in front of the family, you ordered all this porn,
Yeah.
you burned his
Publicly.
Derek Jeter
You're a
pictures.
terrible friend.
Publicly,
yeah.
how dare you? Yeah.
And then it got like a bunch of likes and
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, this
I
is
know, I
great.
remember liking
It had
that.
like 40 likes, then she took it down.
Yeah, I remember liking the post specifically myself too.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
times.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah. So
You
now
can't do mayhem like that anymore.
nah,
No,
May,
no,
can't do
no,
mayhem
no,
like
no.
you used to.
That was
When
before.
you're 32 years old, it's hard to do mayhem. You
That was,
Yeah.
I guess before. I mean, we probably had phones, but maybe not camera phones.
Well, if you did, they were so shitty, and you definitely don't have the footage. Like it wasn't like shareable. As
Yeah,
it is
no,
today.
yeah.
You could get a camera phone. I'll change the levels here. You could get, back then there was camera phones, but like you couldn't like send it via text or anything.
No,
like,
yeah.
you know. Or post it to Facebook direct from your phone. That was like newer technology. Even though iPhones were available, but not everybody had an iPhone in 2008, 2009. I didn't. It took me.
No,
I only
I
had a
had a
smartphone
shitty-ass
till
phone.
2012.
Nokia, probably.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
I had
fucking
like
using a razor
phone, yeah,
Yeah,
razor,
like a
yeah,
flip phone.
I had
literally.
like a keyboard on my phone.
Yeah.
2012 was when I got a smartphone.
This was
you know?
definitely before iPhones were like $2,000.
Yeah, they were expensive. Like that was like premium. Excuse me. Like nowadays when the kids that have iPhone 11 Pros Max, like it would be equivalent to that. Oh, excuse
I
me.
only use an iPhone for work, and personally, I don't even like it. I'm an Android guy.
Yeah, I know you
stuck
are.
with iPhone since the jump.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's see,
My
if you-
first one. So
Apple has
here I
has
am.
you hook line. If you buy
Oh,
one
yeah,
hook,
product,
line, and
you
sinker.
stay.
Yeah, for sure. It's
You
tough
stay.
to leave. Yeah,
I
you
always
get
kind
used
of
to the interface.
always went over against the status quo, so I was doing.
Yeah, no,
everything.
you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
interested. Yankees, I'm a Mets fan. Rangers, I'm an Islanders fan. Or Habs, or whoever the fuck
I
you
made
are
a
this week.
transition. In
Yeah,
my
now
hockey
Sean's an
teams.
Islanders fan.
Yes, but I like Androids. They don't bog you down.
Right. Good for you, Sean. You stick with those.
So quarantine
Androids.
TV.
You stick it to the man.
Yeah, you stick
Quarantine
with that.
TV. What do you guys have been watching?
Quarantine TV. Well, we obviously went over Tiger King.
We went there at
and
nauseam.
millions.
I don't even want to talk.
Yeah,
about it.
I know, right? It's been so played at this point. You saw it.
yeah.
And we do Tiger
whatever.
King content.
We
They're
did a
like these
fucking-
guys are losers.
Yeah, no. We
Yeah,
already did an hour of that. It's actually kind of dated at this point. That,
Too dated.
yeah. That was
so
a meme 2 weeks ago. That's two quarantine weeks ago.
Just shows you how time is going so
It's-
slow in the quarantine.
It's,
like
it's a different world. It's a
that
different
feels like it
universe.
was years ago.
I know, right?
Dude, we went to a Mardi Gras party, which the last time I saw
Mm-hmm.
you, and we had a great time. Blast, packed. That feels like 2 years ago.
Yep, easily.
It's
And that was
crazy.
about what 6-7 weeks ago, probably.
Not
Yeah.
even probably.
How long
that
has it been
feels-
going on
yeah,
this
yeah,
quarantine?
6-7
It's 2
weeks,
months
That
now?
feels like 2 years ago.
Yeah, since like around St. Patty's.
Oh my god. Yeah, I know. It's
The
the middle
14th or so is when the shutdown was initiated.
like the official shutdown.
So it's been about 6 weeks.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
it
and it's
feels
gonna
like
go.
2 years.
It's crazy. I know.
I saw you a month ago. That feels like months ago.
Wait, the last cast we
Yeah.
did was a month ago?
3 weeks to a month ago.
Yeah, wow. Time is flying.
Flying at snail space. Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So yeah, Netflix, Hulu, your options are limited. There's no new content on TV.
No, it's been video games. Like I've just
It's
been
all
really
fluff.
playing fucking it's a lot of puffery. and
Fluff is
fluffery.
understand.
But I mean, we could go over Clone Wars, which has been quite
Ah.
good. I mean, I'm sure you haven't caught up, Sean. Unfortunately,
I canceled my Disney Plus.
Sean cancels Disney Plus. I got you a link to watch.
Really?
It.
I'm not a Disney guy. Like I
We
like Star
understand that, but
Wars.
there's still,
Star Wars.
Yeah, the
I
Star
wa-
Wars, the movies.
Hey, when
the
Mandalorian season 2 comes out, I will renew it for a month.
2022. But
I was only watching Simpsons. I realized I'm paying not all this money.
Listen,
but
all this
Simpsons-
$7 a month to watch
Simpsons,
the Simpsons.
and Star Wars was enough for
It's
me. to
enough.
have,
Yeah, my wife's paying for it anyway because we put on.
well, you have a baby that watches.
Yeah,
it.
he watches
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse
So you have a
Clubhouse.
purpose
and shit.
for
No,
it,
I have.
you know?
I get my money's worth out of it for sure. But
I'm watching Jeff Goldblum talk about sneakers. Like
Yeah.
that's a fantastic show. I actually really do like that show.
I
was
like
watching
Jeff
it.
Goldblum,
I like Jeff
honestly.
Goldblum.
Love
That's
Jeff
why I like that show.
he's so eccentric.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. So you
With his
have
Jewish mannerisms, you know?
tattoos. That's fantastic. Yes.
But like him
It's
as
the whole show. It's the whole show.
what
whatever
was
it
his
is.
character's name in Jurassic Park?
Ian Malcolm.
Ian Rao.
Yes.
That's when he became like no. That was his breakout role.
He was like the summer
He
guy.
was also the Fly though too.
But
and then
Jurassic
Independence
Park
Day.
was his breakout role for sure.
Well, that made him more mainstream. The Fly, he
Independence
was getting
Day.
up in Independence Day. It solidified it. He looks like two different people in Jurassic Park and Independence Day. He gained a lot of weight, I feel
He
like.
doesn't have like the curly.
He doesn't have the
Jerry
curly
fro.
Jerry, exactly, that Jerry
If
curl.
you were like a summer blockbuster guy, you were the guy during those
Yes,
times.
yes,
Will
yes.
Smith, like
Welcome to Earth. Yeah.
Man, he
Just
can't
like-
make a good movie now. All his scenes are bombs.
Oh, he's past his prime. He's had his good times. His
when
YouTube
was, like, what was the
channel is
last
fun.
movie he made?
After Earth or whatever.
That was
After
like a,
Birth.
He made some movie with it Afterbirth. That's what it should have
After
been called.
Birth. That's what it should have been called. Yeah,
It was with his son. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some
that was
like
terrible.
sci-fi
Oh, that
thriller.
was like
like a-
fighting like lions on some like weird
Yeah,
planet.
that was like
yeah,
a
I
straight
saw
up
They're
that.
all like an alien safari.
Yeah.
Horrible. That was a
horrendous.
straight up vanity piece for him. and
Shitty
his son.
Avatar.
It's like they had some
Yeah.
like script writer. Okay, so I'll make your son the best, and it's good. You guys gonna look great. Believe me. Can I have my 6-figure check now?
Yeah.
You know that was just.
Have to say though,
Will
in the
Smith, Afterbirth 2.
Afterbirth 2.
Yeah.
Safari Strikes Back.
after the quarantine started, it really felt like I Am Legend in the city though.
Yeah, look.
You guys said you
I
didn't
haven't
go.
been
I
to
haven't
the
been to
city.
Manhattan
Oh,
yet,
it was-
so
it
you
was
work in
scary,
Manhattan.
yeah, it was
looked
eerie.
empty.
Is it still
Yeah.
like that at this
Yeah,
point?
yeah, it's a little bit better
Getting a
now,
little better.
but those first couple of weeks, you didn't see a person for.
So what was
weird.
what was
You would see deer more than you'd
Imagine
see
me,
people,
yeah, through Manhattan. Imagine Manhattan streets like in the daylight, empty, which
Yeah.
is such a weird.
It was
weird
creepy.
thing.
I was curious. I just looked at my GPS like during it, like what it would take to go to like Central Park.
You're like
It was,
35
like,
minutes.
25
Right.
minutes.
Yeah.
I know. It's great. Usually it'd be over an hour.
You go to Wuhan or Wuhan province. It might be the same
Yeah.
disease exposure.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. It reminds me of like in March when before this thing got really bad, when like you had the mayor and you had the health commissioner who's completely reversed her words since then. She was like, "Oh, it's fine. Everyone go to China." 'Cause
Everything's great.
yeah, everything's great. Go to China. Like De Blasio, who's the mayor of New York City, was like, "I'm gonna go to Chinatown today and have a bite," and then like
I'm gonna have a bat
yeah,
sandwich.
I'm gonna have some bat soup today. Yeah, and then they totally reneged on their words. Like 4 days later.
It was funny because one of the garages that I go to sometimes is in Chinatown, and
Chinatown garage.
starting in February was that Chinatown was empty.
Definitely.
And the fact that they were even saying that you should go there, you could tell that the people that were there knew they shouldn't have been there.
yeah, for sure.
The Chinese aren't going.
Yeah. If
you know-
nobody's there,
If you know the people that like patronize there and live there aren't
They
out.
actually spread the virus. Yeah. they create viruses. We spread them.
I wonder if this has gonna have effects on places like Wohop and if
Oh,
they're gonna
no
reopen.
question.
Yeah,
This
imagine Wohop shutters
Well, look
after
at-
60 years.
Look at this. Lee's Tavern was just reopened this week.
Wow, and Lee's Tavern is a
First
staple.
time they've been closed since like the World War II.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they were closed for like they just reopened for takeout.
like you got to figure if you're a place in the city, like a restaurant in the city, and you're not doing that curbside, you're not going to make any money.
Oh yeah.
If you miss
even the
2 days,
curbsides for
you're-
them is break
yeah.
even at this point.
The
at
rents are
best.
too crazy.
Rents are insane.
So I was talking to some of the beer guys, some of the beer industry, and they said all the retail stores in Uptown are empty. They're not selling any beer.
Of course.
Uptown's empty because all the rich folk
Oh,
living
yeah, they
in
left.
Madison Avenue.
Yeah, they all
went
went
to
to-
upstate or the Hamptons.
They went to the
Hamptons,
Hamptons.
yeah.
Yeah,
They went to
Connecticut.
Saratoga,
Yeah,
upstate
Saratoga
Connecticut.
Springs,
So
Connecticut.
those supermarkets were diverting all their beer and resources to like the low income supermarkets in the Bronx. 'Cause people in the Bronx
Well, they're still
It's like
there.
Hurricane Katrina. They have nowhere to go.
That's it. Well, that's why those virus levels are so high there.
Yes.
When you
Yeah,
own a
like-
chain of supermarkets, you have 8
Upper
stores.
East Side, like there's no virus because
Yeah,
there's
Like
fucking
where I
nobody
am
there.
is empty. If you go to like Washington Heights,
Washington
Harlem,
Heights.
it's like nothing's ever
Same.
changed. Yeah.
Where they're gonna
They're not
go?
leaving
People
their
live there.
tenement, like,
Yeah,
they have no
no,
money.
that's it. Well,
You
yeah,
go
they're not.
check to check. You're gonna go to upstate New York and
No, they're fucking going. Yeah, exactly. They're not
So
like
all
the upper.
those supermarkets, they're diverting all the resources to the
Yeah, Washington
the inner
Heights.
city, low
Yeah.
income,
Yep, makes sense.
and that's where the Bronx was.
Bronx got the
massive.
Bronx is the
Booming.
got the highest rates of the virus, right?
Bronx and Queens.
Bronx
right?
and Queens. Staten Island is behind them.
Queens
or
also has
maybe
like
Brooklyn?
Staten Island's lowest.
Queen has
Oh,
a
yeah.
massive Chinese population too. Queens is
Oh, of
very
course.
Asian,
Yeah.
so
I know.
you know.
Elmhurst, East Elmhurst was the worst hit
Flushing?
hospital.
Flushing is-
Flushing,
Astoria was it.
Astoria was hit bad. All these little towns within Queens, New York.
Yeah, come visit.
Come see. This is like a tourism episode.
Yeah, this is also isn't a free plug.
Yeah, plug East Elmhurst, New York.
The
Come
Blasio,
visit.
you owe us.
Yeah, you owe us a Blasio. Get some of that 850 million. Yeah, you fuck. But
People not to be named like I'm quitting my job. I want unemployment.
unemployment. We got a good friend of ours who's like, this is bullshit. I
Making
can make
more than me, and I'm out there in the street.
Yeah, literally, and it's like you
You can make 1,100
you have
right
to
now.
be furloughed to get unemployment. By the way,
I'm always fairly.
half the people aren't even getting it because the system's shut down. Like the
Yeah,
system's
yeah.
so
I know, a
fucked.
lot of people are.
What they say today? I heard like it was like some crazy number, like 3.5 million.
I
or
know
something?
30 million have filed in the whole country.
Jesus.
My
I took
sister,
3.5
my
and I thought that was
mother,
scary.
my cousins. I know tons of people laid off,
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Anybody in the service industry is not working right now.
left and right.
Yeah. No. Fuck no. Yeah. It's
We're
fucking crazy.
brave and
Well,
we're
yeah.
front liners,
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
you guys are out there. I work from home. It's the same shit. Nothing's
People
changed for me.
need to drink beer. I'm getting the beer in the stores.
Yeah, you gotta get it in the
And people
store.
are just trash. So
People are trash out there.
We are.
Fucking just throwing people in the fucking
Yes,
truck.
the word essential worker is a blurred line, but we are providing essential services.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
If you're trash stockpiled or had no beer to drink
Done.
during these times,
Done.
bro, people
Liquor stores are wide open.
they're doing great money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
The
money.
numbers are up because of the virus.
What do you think about restaurants serving beer and wine and liquor to go?
So-
they're doing any business like that, or
I
people just
have
like,
accounts
yeah,
buying just liquor. Not really. No one's buying beer.
Yeah, 'cause
You
why
can
would you
beer
buy-
at the supermarket.
Because
Right.
yeah, the beer prices I saw, it's like
You're paying
it's-
$5
yeah.
for
Why
a
am I
beer.
paying
Yeah,
$5
yeah.
for beer? I'll just go
I
to
can
the
buy a
store,
12
yeah.
pack at
right.
ShopRite for 60
People aren't
bucks.
that stupid, you know.
But
But,
the
maybe
liquor-
like a thing of
No,
sangria.
like
liquor.
sangria, like margaritas.
I heard
Yeah,
like the
they'll do that.
margaritas are coming in like the quart. Like,
Yeah, they're bringing a
They're
big
like
ones.
they're like
Yeah.
big gulp, like 7-Eleven.
They kind of
Yeah,
got
it's
it because
awesome.
what are you gonna do if you're gonna charge
No.
somebody $12? You're gonna give them fucking 6 ounces.
Yeah,
of,
like-
The liquor,
Yeah.
the
Sippy
liquor.
cup?
yeah, sippy cup of liquor.
Because let's say your anniversary and you can't go out.
Right.
You want to have like
Right.
a fancy date night in your house. You're gonna do some cool liquor.
I had both
cocktails.
my anniversary and my birthday start quarantined so far. Right?
When's the baby's
Fun
birthday?
times.
That might be the third.
July
one.
5th.
Should be good by then.
Yeah. We're looking to try to have a birthday
Oh
party.
man,
for
you
him.
missed July 4th by a day.
By a day,
They had
yeah.
The
Yeah.
American.
It was born on the 5th of July.
Proud to be an American.
Could've called him George.
And yes, I know. I'm like they blast that.
You
on
could have
my
named him
blog.
George Washington Mondiello.
George Washington Carver. Yeah.
George Washington Mondiello. That's got a ring
Theodore
to it.
It's got a nice
Roosevelt?
ring to it. Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt Weinstein
Junior.
Jr.
How do you think Weinstein's doing in the fucking?
Harvey Weinstein. I heard did he get the virus?
He had the virus.
Oh man, but I haven't heard he died yet.
lived?
He apparently lived, unfortunately.
And so did the guy from the Knicks. He lived.
Yeah. And so did Chris Cuomo. Now they're trying to say that he didn't actually have it and he was just faking
I
it.
can see
Cuomo's
that.
a fucking
I
Chris
can see
Cuomo's a fucking loser. Like, he sucks.
I got the virus, I'm telling you. I'm
never-
in
You
my
can't
basement.
see it. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm virus full.
He's
It's an
accomplished
aspersion.
literally nothing. It's like Alec Baldwin's brothers. No one cares. They're losers.
Billy Baldwin.
Like, other Baldwins go away. Like
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Cuomo's
Secretary.
suck.
People call him Fredo. There was a video of them calling him Fredo, and he almost like fought them.
He
He's
is
like,
Fredo. If I
He is
saw him,
Fredo.
like if I was in
Yo,
next restaurant,
Fredo.
I'd be
He's
like,
definitely
"Yo, Fredo, you suck." I'll spit in his soup.
Yo, that happened. Check that video on YouTube. Chris Cuomo gets called Fredo because they were recording him,
that's great.
unbeknownst to him, and
He
he's
is-
like
I never-
ready to fight them over it.
I never
you know?
heard that analogy, but I love it.
Oh, it's
He is
great, right?
Fredo.
He's like Fredo.
He's
He's
the
No
shitty,
question.
the useless brother.
Useless brother. And I had the
I
virus.
can handle things. I'm smart.
I'm
He
smart.
wrote the
I think
comment-
everybody says I'm dumb. I
I saw the
respect.
comments. It was like, Chris Cuomo gets the virus. You're like, good. I hope he
There's
dies.
a lot of those
Just
comments.
like,
I know. There was
Good
a lot.
riddance. Like, there's all these comments. It was great.
There was
Chris
a lot,
Cuomo.
There was a lot of those comments. Yeah, I know people are trying to say he didn't actually have it now, but I don't know how accurate that is. So
And
you'll
then
have to go look
his
it up.
son Mario, like, really.
You mean Mario was the father? I don't know, or does Chris Cuomo have a son named Mario?
He had his son Mario.
Mario
Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. Mario Cuomo Jr. Mario Cuomo was the old governor of New York, and the current
That was
governor.
their father.
It was the father, Mario Cuomo. Now, Governor Cuomo. Now what's his name?
He became a
I
star,
can only think
man.
of Chris Cuomo. Yeah,
Andrew
now
Cuomo.
he's America's governor.
Like,
kind of Giuliani was America's mayor.
What's the disease guy? The lawyer? Fossey.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say
Fosse's yeah.
So apparently Fosse's
become a
cousin
celebrity
owns
too.
La Fontana on
Ooh.
at Farrell High School.
Yeah,
See,
Fontana,
that's his
across the
first
street.
cousin.
Across the street.
I've
yeah.
only ate there once.
I
for
never ate there.
a friend's
It was good.
birthday.
Oh, yeah,
Great
that's
food.
good. Nice.
High quality Italian.
Nice.
Not cheap, but it's quality.
No, yeah,
Nice.
it's
Well,
quality.
I gotta check it out. It's a nice little place. It's like a
Yeah.
I recommend it. It's a good dinner.
Yeah, nice.
But,
I'm gonna check it out.
it's
now.
not
Put that
cheap.
on my list of local restaurants to eat.
To save.
If you're ever on this rancid island, come get some virus. Everybody in the Midwest, like we're in the middle of the epicenter. We all have
Get
the
a virus, a chicken parm will be great.
Chicken, chicken. Get a chicken roll and some coronavirus. You
You're a big chicken roll guy.
Oh, you gotta have chicken roll.
Whenever I'm with this guy,
What's wrong with a chicken roll?
It's a classic like Staten Island lunch or
chicken
dinner.
roll. I mean, if you're Italian, you have a good chicken roll lunch. I don't.
So what would be your go-to like lunch?
I get like a turkey sandwich.
From where?
turkey
You mean from like a deli?
Yeah, if I'm on the world.
Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
might
at
do
work
that
getting
too,
a
but
With
if-
leaf lettuce or shredded
But
lettuce?
if you go in a pizza,
Shredded.
if you-
Gotta go shredded.
shredded, you go
leaf
shredded.
lettuce, am I rabbit?
I got a groundhog back here. There was a groundhog before you guys walked in. But point being is that if you go to a pizzeria and
It's a good pizzeria, $5.
but that's my point.
I have a great.
Bad mouthing a chicken
Yeah,
roll
you can't
lunch.
like. I would rather a chicken roll
I have
over
a great-
calzone.
Yeah,
I have a great-
like,
great.
calzone is just heavy cheese. That's like something my
Calzone.
father would get. Like I just want a
What are you, Parks and
fried
Rec?
cheese meal.
No zone, calzone.
We need the calzones from Paisanos.
I have the best groundhog story. So, you remember my days at Rutgers, right? You remember my
yeah,
old
I do.
Rutgers.
Groundhog
Oh,
story.
classic.
So we had a groundhog that lived under
Shout
our
out to
shed.
Rutgers. Great time.
Shout out to groundhogs.
We had a groundhog lived under our shed.
Oh, okay.
So we all had like a meal plan.
This was on the house that the grounds
house
that you
off
live in. The
campus.
house. Yeah, off
So,
campus.
he made a
You
burrow
lived
under my shed.
Perfect.
So we would all have like meal plans to get takeout food. Like
Perfect.
fries, burgers.
Guys, you eat like kings.
So it was on the meal plans. Everyone get it, eat
Yeah.
some of it.
You
and
throw the schlocks
we just
at him?
threw it out the window.
Oh, he would eat it.
So we threw out so much food out the window. This groundhog became morbidly obese. I mean, he weighed like 65 pounds and he was like
little
huffing,
pudge.
like eating French fries as he's huffing.
Pray for Mojo.
I forgot what we called him. We called him like Big Mo or something.
Yo, get
We're like, anyone feed Big Mo? I'm feeding him now. And just throwing burgers out
fed
the
him
window.
fucking 3,000 adult calories
And
a
I
day.
swear, like he was our pet.
Yeah.
Like, he was just morbidly obese.
Big Mo
groundhog
is the Rutgers mascot now.
That all he ate was fucking
Yeah, he's the
burgers, like hot dogs and fried chicken sandwiches.
Oh,
He probably died a year later from a heart attack.
that
First
the one
groundhog
groundhog
ever
to
had
die of heart
cardiac
disease.
arrest.
Yeah.
But
Rest
it
in
was
peace,
great.
Big
I never
Mo.
seen a fatter.
R.I.P. Big
He
Mo.
was like
yeah,
a
yeah.
mascot of our parties, bro.
Oh god. Yeah, right.
Great
And then when we had
parties.
parties too, we were like, yo,
That groundhog had some powerful friends.
when we had
Yes.
huge, massive parties, he like hid under the attic, and under the
Under the
shed.
shed.
And we're like, if anyone ever fucks with them, they're gonna die.
Oh, it's gonna be a problem.
so
you
we
can't
told
fuck
them,
with
like,
found a groundhog.
no, we always told everyone,
fat
like,
obese.
You fat obese. He couldn't run
we
from
always
me.
told
Diabetic
everyone like
groundhog.
the shed's off limits during parties. Like, why? We're like,
No,
our pet lives
Big
there.
Mo's house.
mind your business,
Big
boy.
Mo's house.
Big
yeah.
Mo's house.
It's like Big Mama's house.
I remember
Big Mo's
the
house.
basement of those parties, which was like
Oh,
a
the
sub.
rancid.
subdwellings.
It was a subdwelling. It was a
Rancidness.
dank basement, but I remember
Oh,
one
yeah.
time it was.
COVID-3 was created there.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, that was COVID-3. That was 16 COVIDs.
That
ago.
was like something you'd see out of a horror movie where some woman's
The best
chained.
is though we'd have like the
yeah.
dark.
That's how it felt.
We'd have the dark lights. So
Yeah.
Oh, we
Jersey
had
at
good
least-
parties down there.
we had all these blonde girls with like their hair looked green, their
Right,
they're
right.
glowing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
orange tan.
Yeah.
And like some people would be in suits.
It was a weird dank pit. It very much reminded me of like an underground raver club being
Yes,
there, 'cause it would
exactly what it's
packed to
like,
the
yeah.
gills in some dank basement with like the fucking
There'd be
the
moisture
exposed
on the
ceiling.
floor-
The floor's wet. Yeah.
The floor's wet. Yeah, it's like a concrete floor because it's just the
It
it's
had
just
like
the
guano
foundation.
from like the bat dropping.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
guano.
yeah.
That's what it felt like leaking. Like,
Black snake mode.
But there
like
was so much
dripping.
moisture in the.
It was so humid
there'd
down
be
there.
80 people in my basement could hold 30.
Like, you ever see the first
sweaty.
Hostel?
We're talking
DJ.
sweaty in October. Like
Yeah.
But it was
yeah.
cool. It was like we like had neon spray paint.
Yeah,
like,
no,
spray
no, it
paint,
was
like
cool.
Scarlet
Yeah, it
lights
looked
on the
cool.
walls
Yeah,
and
it
shit.
looked dope.
What did the landlord ever say about that?
He tried to sue us in court. we all did.
just sent us all.
I can't talk about that right now at the moment.
It's currently like
best was-
litigation still in
Our
progress.
dining room floor had about 27 crater-like burns in the floor.
Oh God.
Because we used to smoke hookahs and get really drunk.
And
And
then
then knock it
the
over,
would
and the
fucking-
coals would
yeah,
just burn holes
just
in the
fucking
floor.
500-degree coals
So,
just incinerating
There was
the
this
fucking
like
first floor.
vintage wood floor destroyed.
Yeah, which was the selling point of the property.
Destroyed.
Just destroyed.
Every
like-
door.
I just remember you guys had no doors. I
All
remember
the
that.
doors are broken.
You
So,
had
like,
a door. You were like the last
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
people
right.
with
Fort
doors.
Knox and that shit.
Yeah, you
But
gotta
the worst
lock
was
it
my
down.
bathroom. I didn't have a bathroom door.
No,
Oh
yeah,
my
there was
God.
So
no
we'd have like
bathroom door.
girls come over and you'd like
take a heavy
watch
shit.
duty. Like we
Yeah.
had a bed sheet that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
stapled as a door.
Ah,
I remember. I think when we were there, it was a shower curtain
shower curtain
that blocked the
just- yeah.
door.
So what we used to do was like, your roommates would be taking a shower, you would just fuck with them. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get like
yeah.
protein powder, like throw it in the
Throw
shower, and they would like cake off
Yeah,
it
yeah,
with the
cakes,
water, and then
yeah.
be like,
Oh my
it's
eyes! It's protein in my eyes.
It was great though. Like,
Yeah, it burns.
you're taking a
I know
shower,
it's like
and they
delousing
throw,
powder.
like
You just throw
2
it.
giant pounds of protein powder on you, and just, and he comes out like, I remember my
And you
black
can't get it off.
did
You're ruined.
that.
You're
Yeah,
ruined
yeah,
for a
no,
couple of
fucking
days.
Ah, it was
caked
great.
onto you. Oh, great times.
Like I remember coming home one night, it's 3 in the morning, I'm shit faced. I'm like taking a piss. I see this girl like in my shower, like with vomit on her. And I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Don't touch me." I'm like,
How'd you get out of the basement?
yeah. Look at-
feel like one of my roommates like in the shower. And she's like, "Don't touch me." And I'm like,
This is terrible.
and she starts insulting me. So I'm
I
like,
think
"All
you're
right, you
gonna
know
have to edit
what?"
this story out.
Yeah, I know. I
I'm
know.
like, "You know what?"
Yeah, how could we put this on?
Cut.
They
No.
keep demonetizing us as it is.
Some girl's gonna be like, "Wait, I remember that house."
I know. Litigation
Long
comes
story
again.
short, I turned
Another litigation letter.
I
Damn
turned the
it.
shower on.
I gotta stop
and
to
walked
start
out.
censoring these stories.
We had some censors in the past.
Yeah, we had to have some
Papa
censors on this.
John's episode was
That was
super
one where I had
censored.
to
Oh,
censor
God.
like that makes a lot of work for me. You know how long it took to edit that?
It's a quick edit. We'll just edit that story out. The rest will be alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a note of this time signature here. So yeah, okay.
So yeah, remember that girl that we tied in the basement? She got out.
She got out somehow.
Alright. Again, nothing like that, but we can do some editing.
Yeah, a lot of editing, matter of fact. Okay, so what else? All right, so to finish up our little COVID tangent here, how's your good friend Kim Jong Un doing?
Listen, he's living large.
He's living large.
Yo, I said his sister looks way more evil than him.
I think she
has a
quite
sinister
evil.
I
Sinister
kind
vibe.
of
I
dig
think
it.
he's
I'm
like-
not gonna lie,
I
I
heard
dig it.
rumors that she was the one who said to kill the uncle because that the uncle
Yeah.
was killed. So I heard she was like, cut his dick off, you know.
So I
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of aroused, but it's also
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
quarantine, so.
did some research.
Taiwan intelligence 5 hours ago. Taiwan intelligence chief says North Korea Kim Jong Un is officially sick because the other day they were like he's the most healthiest and alive man in the universe.
Rumor has it he has COVID. He has the virus and he's laying low.
I heard that. Well, I think the
They
official
said it was a botch. At the beginning, like he died from heart surgery.
a botched
that was like
surgery, yeah.
sensationalist bull. Like TMZ reports.
Lots of
oh,
yeah.
TMZ.
Yeah,
TMZ.
TMZ's
Breaking news.
TMZ's breaking news from North Korea.
I know
They're
breaking
live.
news. From, TMZ North Korea edition. Like
Isn't his last name like Harvey? Oh, he's Harvey. Like,
Harvey Levin. Yeah,
He
Harvey.
reminds me of Weinstein.
Harvey Levenstein,
Harvey
like-
Levenstein.
He's
Harvey.
Weinstein's cousin. Like
Harvey
he's his cousin.
Weinberg. Yeah.
He's his fucking cousin.
His cousin from Los Angeles.
TMZ. Breaking news.
I hate TMZ.
Oh yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
people
I'm
that
not
watch
gonna-
I honestly used
TMZ.
to
I'm
watch
not
that
going on a
show,
tangent with
but-
TMZ.
If you
No,
watch
no.
TMZ, I don't like
We
you.
have
Yeah, I don't
another
like
episode
it.
for that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go on that tirade.
It stands for 30
U.S.
miles
hasn't
over.
seen North Korean leader Kim Jong Un recently, whatever that
Trump
means,
is like,
so.
nah, he's fine.
Yeah,
hell
Trump's
would
like,
see
I
my
wish him
boy?
good luck.
I sent him some Sherry's berries. He was
I sent him Sherry's berries, and
sent him a nice little care basket. He's my boy.
I got him some.
Call him Little Kimmy.
It's great.
you know?
Everything's great.
Everything's great. He's fantastic as
He's
far as I know. He's a beautiful man.
one of the best dictators I know.
Beautiful big man. I love to be him.
Hey, El Salvador's about to get a dictator, man. He's making moves. Let's see what
well,
happens.
somebody. That,
Kelly.
yeah, no, somebody's got to fucking dictate down there. All the way tucked down there.
It's called results.
Yeah.
I look at
You're
results.
a big fan of Che
All
Guevara,
right,
aren't
here
you,
goes
Sean?
another editing story.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
gonna,
listen,
we're gonna get demonetized. Totalitarian like
I
positivity.
feel like fascism has a bad reputation. You know? You gotta look at the positives.
yeah, there's a lot of
There-
positives.
there are a lot of
fascist
positives.
dictatorship, Sean.
We're close.
We're close. We're coming in on it.
You unite the people. You
The-
military
Yeah, we're-
against
we're-
China.
we're
Stop,
united,
we're
all right?
rise high. We're united, all right? Can't go outside.
I know these guys are Bernie fans.
We're
so
calling it
I'm touching-
wellness
I'm
checks.
touching a nerve here.
They're gonna-
I'm touching a nerve.
Unreasonable search and seizure. Nah, it's just wellness checks.
It's called results.
Is this the cure? Why isn't it a microchip?
Yeah, have your micro. Yeah, Bill Gates can't wait to chip all of
Oh,
us.
you
Right
heard
now.
Oh,
of Bill
yeah,
Gates?
we're
Bill
getting
Gates
chipped.
sounds scary, man.
Bill Gates
I don't believe
sounds
any
like
of
the
that
next
shit,
big-
but it is fun
uh,
to think about, though.
we're
He's
getting
gonna chip.
chipped.
He's like, yeah, we're gonna just turn the vaccine into a chip. And that's why we know where all of you are at all times.
Pay your mortgage.
Spend your money
buy
through your
groceries.
chip. You do something you don't like on YouTube, we deactivate your chip.
It's actually Amazon's selling the chip. So it's
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
Amazon
Well, now
chip.
they want to use the technology where you can just walk into the Amazon store and walk out with your goods.
Or the
without having to
Amazon
do anything.
hospitals they're building.
I can't wait for an Amazon hospital. Well, this is an official thing. Amazon is trying to get into the banking business because they've been asking sellers third-party sellers on Amazon if you would use an Amazon bank to get your payments as a third-party seller. They've been actually asking it, so they're testing.
In all
the waters
honesty,
for
I
sure.
would trust an Amazon bank more than the banks that we have now.
I know
Fuck
it's
Jeff
true that,
Bezos.
I don't disagree with that. It's true, but the
I like
current
Kim
banking
Jong
system's
Un more than
garbage.
Jeff Bezos. Okay.
Oh well, yeah.
You might be right. I know, right?
But come on, Amazon.
who's more of a
without
dictator?
Amazon.
Yeah, who is more of a dictator?
Jeff Bezos or Kim Jong Un? They're on like
Kim
the same
Jong Un
level.
hangs out with Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman would never hang out with Jeff Bezos.
That's
You
true.
watched The Last Dance with Dennis Rodman?
No,
I haven't
Speaking
yet.
of TV,
It's on my list.
excellent
I'm
television.
not a Jordan
excellent
fan,
television.
but I'm a sports fan.
You're a sports fan. So
I
you
like
have to
Bill
see
Laimbeer smacking Jordan.
Yo,
That was-
that was the whole episode. The Bad Boys and Dennis Rodman. It was great.
Oh, that's
and I was
great.
talking to my boy's big basketball fan. He's like, Bill Laimbeer's a pussy. And I'm like, all right.
All I know is like I won't go into The Last Dance, but it just makes LeBron James look like a bitch and Michael Jordan looks like God.
But
Sounds
you know what?
about
It was
right.
a different game back then too.
Yeah, of course.
I mean that's like the the
But LeBron James still.
the
there.
ultimate like
Well, I was
sports
never
question
like a
on the
huge
internet.
basketball fan, but like I remember rooting for
Yeah,
the
but
Knicks
like
as a kid.
just in general pop culture as growing
But
up,
as
like
a kid,
like
Jordan always killed the Knicks. And we were all like,
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing was the
Oh,
man when
yeah,
we were
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
you know, and Jordan always ruined the Knicks' chances. So that's why I never.
Yeah, but he
really-
played with Bugs Bunny.
right 95. You don't remember?
Space Jam's-
You saw
LeBron's
Space Jam in
Jam's
theaters.
coming
Yo,
out.
it's actually funny that you say that. They showed the he showed the the picture of what the Space Jam logo is going to look like.
Oh,
too.
the new one.
Yeah.
How does
today.
it look?
Actually,
It
yeah,
actually
What year is
looks like
that?
crap.
Oh, 96. Okay, so it was the same year as Independence Day because I definitely saw them. Both
Oh
in
wow, that's a
theaters.
good year.
That was a good summer, boys. Good summer for 10-year-old kids. Yeah.
yeah. Here's a
Space Jam new. Let's take
look
a look
at
at
the
it.
two logo.
I want to see the new logo. Is this it with LeBron or is it?
No, that's not
Oh, that's just.
No,
fake?
like announced like the title. I forget.
He was wearing it like on a hat.
Okay.
No, sure. It's on one of my group
this it?
chats.
Oh yeah, that might be it.
Yeah,
Is
New
this it?
Legacy,
New
that's
Legacy.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
cool,
it.
cool, cool.
I like Bugs Bunny's in the market.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the
me tell
headline
ya,
actor.
I like Looney Tunes. It's like they're like on ice, man. They like disappear.
What? Yeah. Well, Warner Brothers. I mean, look at the.
Yeah.
That store was the greatest store.
Remember the
I like
WB
them all
store in the
distinct.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
ever.
Sure we
man,
all
I
remember.
love that store.
Yeah, that was a better store than the Disney store.
Yeah.
And the
I
Disney
remember
store still
buying
exists.
my dad like a Bugs Bunny like tie there for like
Yeah.
Christmas.
And you'd get like a like the.
He told me he still has it. He never wore it once. 'Cause
Yeah, it's more of a something you frame and well,
they
every
would
dad
have
gets
cool-
that. Oh,
they
good, a
would have
tie.
Cool Marvel tie.
They would have awesome.
No, they'd have
stuff.
like Batman fucking ties.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah.
Warner Bros.
WB,
on
especially in the
DC,
'90s.
DC.
Yeah,
They had
oh,
the
yeah,
cool
yeah.
Batman.
Remember in the
tie.
one in the city with the Superman
The
that
big
he
one.
put the
Yeah,
elevator
yeah, yeah.
up?
Oh yeah,
I
that was
remember
dope.
the one in the
All
mall.
those stores were
the one in the
great.
mall had Bugs Bunny with like
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty.
Statue
Yeah,
of Liberty,
yeah,
Bugs
yeah,
Bunny
yeah,
as
yeah.
the
The marquee.
facade, the
And then you'd go in the
facade.
Marvin the Martian ship.
Yeah.
Bro.
'Cause they had a cool circular entrance.
Yeah.
Now
Warner
the
Brothers
Disney
store
store
was-
still has that, but it's not the same.
I like the Warner Bros. Store over the Disney. Store.
100%.
No, it was a better store.
No
yeah,
question.
for sure. Now it's in the Staten Island Mall. It's like Guess or something or Armani.
It's right next to the food court. Oh, the
yeah,
old
the old food court, not the new food court, which is an add-on. Good, but been closed up for about 6 weeks now. Times they are a
You're a
changing.
big food court guy.
Only,
Love the mall
only, in the,
food court.
only in the, since they renovated, just because I
I only go
have
to Ta-
nothing better to do with my old
I only
man
go to
life than
Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, that's the main one I go.
Taco
to.
Bell.
At work,
Taco
I have
Bell.
so many accounts at the mall. I
Yeah,
have
but
like
you go
7
there,
accounts
yeah.
at the mall.
And what,
So
like Master Wok was like the Chinese food place?
Master Wok was Chinese, but what's it called? Not Sbarro.
good New York slice, Michael Scott.
His favorite New York slice, Sbarro. There's no Sbarro in the mall, but what's the Japanese one? Not Master Wok, the one next to it. Fucking.
you could just
Do I have to
narrow.
Google this?
they have a good chicken
Pacific
teriyaki.
Kitchen, like it's all the same.
Japanese restaurant.
generic
Staten Island
generic
Mall.
Japanese name. for a
Japanese.
restaurant,
No, it's got a name. Not East Pacific. That's the restaurant. Sarku.
Sarku.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yes,
The
yes,
awesome
yes, yes.
lunch special there. You get.
Yeah.
You know what? It's
Delicious.
funny.
Yeah.
They have a standalone Sarku restaurant
Do they?
next to
Anywhere?
the Walmart in Bayonne.
Oh, great.
Really?
Let's try that out.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Honestly, if we go back
Food
to the
is good.
figures, we should check. Yo, there's great lunch specials.
If we
$7, you get your.
if we get-
fried rice, you get your fucking chicken teriyaki or
But I
shrimp
feel like the
chicken shrimp.
Sarku-
Very good.
a standalone
They don't have great
restaurant-
reviews here, but
Sorry,
I
a
think
standalone
they're
restaurant would be hands better over a mall kiosk.
Yeah, it would definitely be better than the mall.
I don't know.
If
The
we
mall
do-
kiosk is pretty good.
If we
For
do,
honestly, for the ease and this price, $7, $6.99.
Instead of waiting 2 hours on the Popeyes line for a $3
I know you
sandwich.
can't even go there. I love that that chicken sandwich.
I had
is
one
delicious.
recently.
Yeah.
I had
Sandwich
it
is
for
good.
lunch about
Yeah,
2
it's
weeks
great.
ago.
Sandwich
I
is
actually
really
like
good.
it better than next door, Chick-fil-A. You're not even a big fan of Chick-fil-A.
I like Chick-fil-A. Just
No?
the Staten Island
No.
one's overpriced.
You thought
I'm not a
Staten
big
Island
Chick-fil-A
overpriced.
fan.
No, what's the problem with it?
I don't know. It's just
I like
Doesn't
it.
do it for
it's
you?
boring.
Yeah. Well, the sandwiches are very
Just fluff.
bare
I
bones.
go the one.
You know, I had
Edison,
Chick-fil-A
the one in
breakfast
Edison.
is good.
I hear that. I haven't had
One
that
of
yet.
mine at Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
Well, that's
there's
the
one
problem.
right
when
by
you-
where I work.
Well, for you that works. See, for me, like, because I would do shipments from Jersey before there was a one
The
in
one
Staten
on Route
Island.
1 on Edison, I like.
That's the one.
The
I would-
prices are half of the mall.
Right. I've been to like all of them in the local Jersey area.
Apparently, the franchise fee's not that much. It's just very expensive operating
it's
costs.
lower. It's lower
Really?
than say other like a McDonald's. You need $5 million. You need a $5 million net worth to open a McDonald's franchise. So that's out of the realm for most normal people.
I
But
said they're
it's
supposed
in
to
the
open up
six-figure
Arby's
range.
on Staten Island. They stalled. They're supposed to open up too, and they stalled. I love Arby's.
Yeah, Arby's not bad.
I like Arby's.
I'm like Putty from Seinfeld.
Yeah, feels like an Arby's night.
Feels like an Arby's night.
Yeah.
All right, Arby's.
Thought we were going to Arby's.
All right, so they got back to like, Arby's once a month. Like, fine.
Yeah, they
The
agreed.
8-Ball says.
Yes,
You
that's
talk
correct.
to the 8-ball.
Up top.
So he went to a Devils game.
Down on the low side, whatever.
So
he
they
says.
did
I'm
a,
slow.
You don't mess with us. We're the devil.
last season. I think they did a putty.
They did
Devils
putty night, right?
So he
I
did like
wanted
the
to.
he did like the announcement.
Oh, he
came
was
in
there.
shirtless with the
Oh,
dealer's
that's-
chest.
oh,
He's
that's
like,
great.
Devils, and the whole
That's
place
great.
went nuts.
That's so great.
That's awesome.
That's so great. You got to be a
So
real
he, like,
sport.
he-
What's his name? John. You don't know his name?
His name's what was he putty? Like
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He
And
does
the
a
Tick.
lot of stuff.
And the Tick.
He does.
He was the Tick,
He was
right?
the Tick. He does the voiceover.
He
for,
does so many voices.
What's his name on Family Guy? The
Joe.
The wheelchair guy.
Wheelchair Joe.
He's also the voice for
He
one
does-
of the rides.
He's
on-
a huge voice actor.
He does a lot of great voice work. He's in Men in Black 2 briefly.
Yeah.
If you remember
Yes.
that piece of shit movie.
Look it on YouTube. Party at the Devils game. It's fucking.
I'm
nuts.
sure it is.
That's
Take
great.
it.
The Prudential Center went berserk.
What's his name? John. Oh, Patrick Warburton. Yeah, that's his real name. What was it?
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
Mr. Marbles.
Mr. Marbles. We were doing that before the episode started.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that's a different.
dear.
It's gone.
It burns.
Rest in
dear.
peace to our headphone listeners on that one.
Just a salad.
That's great.
So many brilliant quotes.
No, brilliant
Oh,
quotes.
great
in
show.
Seinfeld. I was just watching. I would just walk past. Oh, we were gonna get food from Capizzi the other day, which is on Highland Boulevard in Staten Island. And I don't know if you watch comedians in cars getting coffee, but they did an episode there at Capizzi. You know,
was he
so-
with?
I don't know.
Fuck, what's his name? John Maloney or
Oh,
whatever.
Maloney,
yeah,
yeah.
John Maloney. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
a big fan of his, honestly.
Neither am I, but to see them eating there, a place that I've ate at, or they're just having coffee, but that was fun. You know,
It was cool when Bourdain came to Staten Island. He went to Jade
Yeah,
Island.
yeah,
Bourdain,
Jade
yeah,
Island,
Bourdain, yeah,
Because
yeah.
he went there because it was so
Oh,
ridiculous.
I
That's
miss
why
Jade.
he
I
went
miss
there.
Jade Island.
Miss Jade
I
Island.
miss Bourdain.
I miss
Yeah,
okay, fair enough.
I kind of miss Jade Island more, but whatever.
I was a big.
No, we gotta go back to that fucking steak on a stick.
Oh yeah,
I
Thanks
like-
some good times
We should
there.
do a live
Great time.
cast.
We should do a live kiss
It's-
at Jade Island.
It's a relic.
It's a great.
It
It
is
looks
a
like the
relic.
1970s.
If you've
Oh,
ever
it's
seen
great.
like Goodfellas,
Polynesian
it's like some,
inspired.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like the
Goodfellas,
Copa. Yeah,
it's
it's
a
Copa,
tiki
yeah.
bar.
It's a tiki bar restaurant.
It
like
sells
Asian-
Chinese food
Yeah.
from the
It's the
1970s
best.
in a
Yeah.
mall parking lot.
And they're all in
It's still in the 1970s,
It's still in the
yeah.
1970s. It looks like somebody's gonna be like, "What the fuck? You 7,000? I charge it."
We're gonna do a Retrocade dinner.
Yeah, we definitely have to have it. We'll
that's
set up the
great.
whole spot. They're gonna need our business.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
gonna- they're gonna
Well-
need our
Oh, no, you
promotions
better
after
be
that.
there. We're
Yeah.
doing
Oh, without
Retrocade
question.
Jade Island dinner.
And we'll have
Jade
the thing
Island
that spins like the
Oh,
appetizer.
yeah,
stand
yeah,
with it,
yeah,
like,
the
on
apple-
fire,
we'll have it
like
right here. The
yeah.
appetizer. That's
And I'm drinking
That's where
the
the
most
beef stick.
absurd umbrella drink on the
zombies.
menu.
The
Yeah,
one with
zombies.
the
Zombies.
zombies,
That
and they
comes like
also
a skull.
they have the skull, which is the zombies, and then
Oh.
they give you the full pineapple.
Yeah.
I'm buying the most offensive, expensive drink.
Definitely
on
the
the
zombies is the best one that they
I
have on the
want
list.
size and color.
Oh,
I
it's
don't care what it
size,
tastes
color,
like.
Yeah.
everything. I wanted to. But
You know what, that's
size
a-
would be $43.
Flamboyant.
That's
Flamboyant as
Oh.
fuck.
and whenever we order, it has to be on fire too.
Everything's
oh,
got to
yeah.
be on fire
Everything
in
has
front
to
of
be on
us.
fire,
Yeah, we
yeah.
want banana Foster.
I want the whole show.
We're
We want
doing a
the whole show.
Retrocade dinner at Jade Island.
Oh yeah,
I'm
this
with
is-
it.
This is
This would
gonna
be
be great.
after
On
Mark your
quarantine's
calendars.
over.
20
on location.
2025.
20, I know, right?
Reopens.
Time. I know. We'll be on location.
that's
We'll take all of the studio gear too.
That's a brilliant idea.
I love it. It's
That is a great idea.
I wonder what they'll say. Like it's gonna be. I don't know, you know what it'll be like? It'll
Be
be
on
like
the advance, bro.
definitely.
The local podcast.
Local podcast destroys restaurant. Destroys local restaurant. Oh yeah, it's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Gold.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll segue that into.
So let's talk about the great Ghostbusters hunt I went on.
Oh, go on the great Ghostbusters hunt that you've gone on.
So me and Phil that's how we actually became friends in second grade. We were speaking about Ghostbusters, the year of like 1995 or so.
Oh yeah.
So back then we were late on the game. We were 88ers. Ghostbusters was peaking like when we were like 2 years old.
Well, yeah, like listen, the first movie came out in '84. Ghostbusters 2 came out in '89.
But the show was like
runs
89,
from
88.
87 or 86
Look up the real Ghostbusters run.
to 91, I think. So by the time we were really
Great show.
Great show.
Great show.
It was on Netflix about a
It
year or
was,
two
and they took
ago.
it off. I watched season because I didn't like we were saying the last time. We only had watched scattered episodes because it was
Yeah,
it
you never
was-
watched it in order.
No, and it was also a 6 a.m. show, and it was one
It was
episode.
on, so the only continually airing was USA Network, which was
Oh
like,
yeah, see, I didn't
Get
have
Out.
that yet.
I didn't have it either.
86 to 91, yeah, exactly. Because it
We
was 7
caught-
seasons.
That's a good run.
Yeah, no, it had a
we
great
only
run
watched.
in the 80s.
We never watched live episodes. We
No,
watched
no,
repeats.
'cause
91, we were 3 years old.
But that's what I'm saying. By the time I was liking it, maybe I'm 5 or 6. The show was already just in
so
syndication.
the toys are like
scattered.
aftermarket,
Yeah, you couldn't find
bargain bins.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever toys we had were like rare.
Yeah,
second.
Yeah, you never had the
scraps
full.
left
You
over.
never had
that
the full
beautiful,
set.
No,
that
no,
beautiful
no.
Slimer figure. Never.
No.
No,
I
you
only
couldn't
saw
find
that. I would have camp at the local YMCA, and they had some toys, and that Slimer was one of them. The little.
Oh,
and
that's a
it was-
steal.
It was. I wanted to steal it
That's
as a
a
little
good
kid,
steal.
but it was great. You know. It was
But I
like-
had the car.
And then they had some other random
I
ones
had
like
the car.
the
toilet.
Ecto 1.
Oh, I had the Ecto 1A.
I had-
I had
whatever.
Stay Puft.
I had the
Oh, you did?
firehouse.
See, I didn't have a Stay
Oh,
Puft.
you
I had the house, like one figure. Like
Stay
I just
Puft
had,
was too rare. Never got.
You
the
know
Stay.
what's funny? I actually got the Stay Puft from my cousin.
Now you see, you got a
who
hand me down like
was
that.
yeah,
That's
was
good.
Who was probably at that time a teenager.
Yeah, a little older.
Yeah, you
get
got a
the-
hand me down.
classics
You'll
all
never,
over.
you'll never get that in the store.
remember how, like,
Stay
Scrap-
Puft's like
it had,
the
like,
popular
Scrap Fighters,
character.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I was able to get the Proton pack. I remember it. It was the final one in KB Toys. It was like up on the shelf
KB Toy shout out.
in the
KB
mall.
Toys
KB Toys.
was the place to get the relics. The
Relics,
yeah,
yes,
they had
yeah.
like the
The
oversized.
second
shelves
market.
were insane.
But it
Just
was like
stuff to the
it was
brim.
like going to
with-
a
yeah.
Dwayne Reed in there. You get
Yes,
lost.
yeah.
The shelves just disorganized.
Yeah.
It's like
You had to, like, go
But you would
behind
always find
stuff.
good steals.
you know
in
what
there.
I remember buying? You remember Gargoyles?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, the
oh,
shell,
I remember
yeah.
buying Gargoyles.
Street
like
Sharks.
board game.
Street Sharks.
KB Toys was a shit, and they would have like 3 for $10 deals. You
Oh,
buy like
yeah.
3 Turtles figures for like $10.
Oh yeah, you can get a lot of turtles there too. Yeah.
I bought a ton of turtles.
I
at
had a
KB
lot of
Toys.
turtles.
lot
You know
of
what the
turtles.
turtles that I had from
X-Men 2, I
the
love
movie
X-Men
where they went
figures.
Turtles in time, where they go back to
Turtles 3. They went
feudal
to
Japan. Yeah,
Turtles in
Horrendous.
Time's a video game.
that's the worst one.
Turtles 3.
Me
Turtles
and
three.
Mo are
That's
big
the-
turtle
that-
enthusiasts.
You guys are big, huge turtle
could do a whole
enthusiasts. I'm
turtle
like
episode.
a moderate to limited turtle enthusiast.
We
but
have to do one.
I had those. We should. You know, because I love Eastman and.
I
what's his
consider you
name?
Eastman and Laird. I
Speaking-
consider you a
Laird.
fellow turtle expert.
Speaking of
Yeah, you guys are
which,
turtle experts.
I actually
I'm
just
turtle
went
moderate
back
enthusiast.
and started reading the comics, the original comics.
Ooh, well, the
Excellent.
Riddle ones are gritty. You know.
Gritty. Yes.
Blood, people get
Shocked.
murdered.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't-
heard that Netflix is going to make a show.
Oh,
like
that would be sick of that
Like,
style.
that
That'd be
style.
awesome.
So I own the first 2 graphic novels that came out. I got the recolored version. They're still like $50-$60. Where
Yeah, see, I went black and white. I wanted it black and
That's
white.
how it originally
the
was.
original was such a limited printing.
Such
Yeah.
limited
They're
printing.
going thousands and
Oh
thousands. of
yeah,
dollars.
yeah, for sure. They have to. Yeah.
But yeah, I got the colored version.
That's
But it's
great.
still the same original. It's
Uh-huh.
it's great.
They're both alive and kicking too, Eastman and Laird.
They got a big payday from Nickelodeon.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't think they owned the original rights.
No, they
got-
sold it to Nickelodeon.
Oh,
for
I
for
saw
like-
that on the what's the
Toys
show
Among
on
Us.
Netflix.
Toys,
yeah.
Toys That Made Us. Yeah,
Yeah.
So they sold it for about $100 million, which they probably could have got more.
Not bad.
Oh, without question.
But they got a payday. They're old. They old guy.
They got their payday.
Yeah, they got their payday.
They have.
Maybe
old-
he's not.
and
as
they
good
did
as
it, and
maybe
then
he
like
should've,
from the
but-
story, they did it by accident,
And
right?
this-
Yeah.
And they still use them as consultants for like
Mm-hmm.
when they make new shit. Like, do you like this?
Right.
But they got their payday. They sold Nickelodeon, made a huge fucking cash out. They both have over $40 million each, so like they're not hurting for money.
Still doing signings and stuff. I
Yeah,
see.
they're living. They didn't get as screwed as bad as say
Stan Lee.
who created like $8 billion worth of property and only was
Easily.
worth $30 million when he
Yeah,
died.
he got a way bigger payday than they got bigger payday.
Not to
than
say that like who cares? It's all like limitless amounts of money anyway. But you know, it's like 30 million limitless. But I want more limitless money. It's just I guess what you're really owed.
Nickelodeon
you know?
was smart
You don't
to-
want some fucking suits taking all your
Nickelodeon
money.
was
even if
smart
it's
to
yours.
buy that franchise because it's something that's.
Yeah, but the franchises, I feel like it's dead.
You see what the new cartoon looks like? They made April O'Neil black, which just to get with the times, you know. But April O'Neil's supposed to be a redhead with a yellow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, a lot of racism coming from this
But
side.
no,
There's no
but-
racism. There's
But the show just looks
classics.
terrible. Like,
I don't like the new rendition.
I haven't even.
I saw one episode, and it was only because I heard that the original Turtles, they like went back into like some vortex, and they
No,
went into the 80s.
There was one with the other one. It was called like Turtles Forever, and they did like they had like the '80s turtles, and they
Right.
had like the black and white ones.
Yeah,
that just said
yeah.
monsters. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, we don't fuck with those.
Yeah,
turtles.
yeah. That's I guess that's the episode I saw. Yeah.
No, that was like 10 years ago. The
wow.
newest one's shit. It's really weird. I don't like it. I don't like the animation style either.
Nah.
I
It's
love
that Nickelodeon animation.
See, I like the original Turtles animation, same as the real Ghostbusters animation.
Yes.
It was like Wolf Swanson and something was the animation company. It was
Right,
a
right, right,
Japanese
right, right,
company.
right.
And it's that
You
gritty.
talking about the original show?
the original show.
Well, that's also cell animation. Like they're not gonna.
I
everything's
love cell
digital.
animation.
Oh, who doesn't?
Love
But
cell
it's
animation.
amazing. But I mean, you're never gonna get that. Everything's digital now.
Season
Anytime I
one-
watch a digital cartoon, I'm like,
Season
"Bleh."
1 Simpsons. Love
Oh,
it.
it's so
Oh.
gritty.
Love it.
You know, it just sells. You know, it's so gritty. It's hand drawn. So
But
it's
shouldn't
different.
That
that
adds
show
like-
people that maybe the digital stuff isn't the best stuff to do?
Of course.
look at Yoda.
But it's just cheaper. Yeah, they're
Frank
never.
Oz,
It's
Yoda
about
will always
dollars
be
and
the
cents.
best.
Of course, dollars and cents though. These corporations
yeah.
like and also the skill is kind of almost
Look
like
at
a dead
Sesame
art.
Street.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's a
because
dead
like
art.
it's like okay, imagine you wanted to start a cell animation show. Like, where do you go? Who does cell animation? And they're all like, well, I could Photoshop it for you. You know,
I assume no one, right?
Yeah.
Is there any
like,
shows
or at least
now?
no experts. There's no show now, not that I know of. Everything is digitally drawn, or at the very least digitally colored.
You'd have to get these retired 6-year-olds to do it. That did
Yeah,
it in the 80s.
or I mean, unless you have like a
Think about it, if
small
you were in the
band of
80s,
guys that learns how to do
if
it.
you were doing cell animation in our age in the 80s, you'd be our parents' age now.
Of course,
you'd be your late 60s.
Yeah, you'd be an old
Yeah.
time. You'd be retired. At
Retired.
this point. Yeah,
You'd be like, fuck it, I'll do some cells,
yeah. They're probably their pensions crashed, and now they have to do cell animation well into the 70s.
I think we just like nostalgia shit. Our
We
theme
do.
of our show is nostalgia. It's Retrocade.
Everything nostalgic-cade.
So anyway, I went to this Ghostbusters. They did a re-release of the 1986 figures. I want to say.
Right, the original real Ghostbusters
First launch.
because there's been like diamond selects of like stuff from the movie, but this is the real Ghostbusters figures from the show.
This was the vintage, the
Because
heyday of the
cartoon style.
figures collection.
Yeah, because they didn't make figures for the movie like
No,
in the style of the movie with those likenesses in the 80s.
They
Because
came out with those, and those I can
well, the
get
movie
my hands
wasn't
on.
really for kids,
No.
but the show was. Because remember, while the movie was PG-13 and wasn't really for kids, kids still liked the movie. So obviously they capitalized on it from the real Ghostbusters TV show. So they did make toys for that in that vein. And those were available in the 80s and stuff. And like we said, we had the tail end of those scraps of toys in the mid to earlier 90s. But now they've re-released the original figures in the original cool
There's only
style
6.
packaging.
There's
And
the
that
4
purple,
Ghostbusters.
the purple jewel box and everything. Yes,
Four Ghostbusters, Slimer, and Stay
Slimer,
Puft,
and
which
Stay
are the
Puft,
most
yeah.
marquee characters.
Naturally,
And
like
they
you
came
don't
out-
really need the toilet. That
I
turns
heard
into
they
a
also
monster.
came
I
out
had
with the
that
trap.
too.
That's the one I
I had the toilet too.
Everybody had the
Everyone
toilet.
had the toilet.
That was
I
the,
was just
they
like, no one
mass-produced-
wanted it.
They mass-produced the toilet.
Here's a toilet.
Like 500,000 toilets.
It's funny because I put the toilet in the house too.
Of course.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
of course.
They're gonna fucking.
I never had the house. I'm so upset about
I got
that.
the house still in my
Did you have
garage.
the Technodrome or the sewer for turtles?
I had both.
I had
Well,
both
you
as
guys
well.
And the blimp.
Those
I
were
never
cool
got
toys,
the blimp.
though.
The blimp was fucking
The
rad.
Technodrome
Blimp was awesome.
The Technodrome is the bowl. The toy.
Ah,
Yeah, with like the eye on top.
Yeah, it looks
Shredder's,
like
like,
Death
headquarters.
Star kind of.
Shredder's headquarters.
Shredder's
yeah.
headquarters.
Krang.
And then
Pretty much mobile
Krang's
Death Star. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, mobile Death Star, and
was
then
like
there was
subterranean, it was
then there was.
underground.
Did you have April O'Neil's
Car,
van?
yeah,
Van,
the
yeah,
van.
the
News
yellow
van,
van,
the
the
news
news
van.
van, the yellow
I
news
didn't
van.
get the news
See,
van.
those toys, like I said, I was only a moderate fan, but those toys were always fascinating.
I was a big turtle
You know,
guy.
The
yeah.
blimp, man.
Yeah,
The
if you're a
blimp
big
was
turtle
fun.
guy, you have those.
You know,
Are
blimp
was
in
boss.
box, you get like $1,000.
Oh,
Blimp was
shit.
boss.
Yeah.
Blimp was rare.
And you had to like blow it up too. It was
Yeah, it was
sick.
like an
huge.
inflatable.
What about
was huge.
Bebop and Rocksteady with it?
Everyone had
yeah,
those.
had them.
Those
Gotta
are
have-
gold standard.
Yeah, those are gold standard figures.
Everyone
see,
loves
see, like
Bebop
I
or
said,
Rocksteady.
I was like a casual fan, but those are the stuff that would draw my eye.
I
to
think
them.
the only Ninja Turtle toy I never had was the rat. The little
Splinter?
the mouse.
Oh, the Mouser?
Yeah.
I got one
never
from a
had that.
cousin. I had the you could wind it up too. and
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
walk.
No, that's the one. That's the one boy.
So
toy
they
I
said the
had.
Bebop and Rocksteady pop figures go for $100 a pop.
Wow.
Were those exclusives?
They were like small
Yeah,
release.
limited release. Yeah, yeah.
You know the original Simpsons pops? I think are the first pops ever made.
Get out of here. Where are
And
they
they're
going
like
for?
3,000.
Get out of here. Let's look at them.
Go, yeah, go
Do you
look
have
at
any
it.
pops?
The
I
whole
have
set.
some pops.
I have Simpsons pops. I collect the Simpsons.
I have.
You wait, so that you
I
have
don't
the
have
expensive
those.
ones?
No, I
or
don't have those.
I have X-Men pops. I have like my bathroom's like X-Men shit. I have like
Mm-hmm.
a big paintings. I have like I have 3 pops. I have Wolverine, Magneto, and Professor X.
No, so you gotta look for.
You got to look for the we're looking at these are just signed by Matt Groening, so they're more expensive. Original Simpsons, they have a different.
If you look for like the.
Phil's not a pop guy.
No, I'm not a pop guy.
I like pops.
I go for Star Wars toys, and
Look
that's
up
it.
like
That Chewie figure you bought is pretty fucking
Look
cool.
up like the Krusty Pop
Okay.
because I think that was one of the original 4.
Yeah, let me take a gander here.
But if you try to get like the set of the 4,
Yeah.
It's
This one's 300. Is this it?
That's just one. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the whole set would be
You got, like, the
thousands.
whole set
Yeah,
of, like,
yeah,
four
that's a
of
lot
them.
of money. I mean,
So
for
I
a
bought-
fucking pop figure.
I was in Walgreens
Oh, you tell us this is
about a month ago.
You said this episode on the podcast already. You gonna say it on every episode? All right, go ahead. Tell it to Chris.
It's got to be a good story.
Yeah.
So I'm buying like deodorant, Febreze, essentials, and I see this like pop figure hidden in the back. They have like shitty ones. Like I don't want Iron Man.
Well, yeah, they
crap.
have like the reduced.
Iron Man, like Disney Frozen. Like I don't
Vader
want that
Zim.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have like a Doctor Doom one, like hidden in the back.
Oh, I like
It's
Dr. Doom.
Well, it's right up Sean's wheelhouse. I'm a big
Sorcerer
Dr. Doom fan.
Dictator, bro. Sold.
Like it.
Che Guevara. They should make a Che Guevara pop figure.
Che Guevara, bro. Get it
What
right.
was I calling it? Guerrero.
Guerrero.
Chavo
Che,
Guerrero.
che Guevara pop figure.
Then you
Get
make
your
it-
dictators right
Yeah,
there.
it's-
So you got Dr. Doom.
I got it.
You got Dr. Doom,
fantastic.
but you tell them you got it at a discount.
So they're like,
This is the
This is the steal.
yeah, steal, sell,
they're like,
sell.
oh, it's on the computer. I'm like, $9.99. They're like, all right. I think it was like $12.99.
Save $3. Sean mentions this on every podcast.
I
that he
mentioned
saved
only the
$3.
last one. 'Cause I just bought it a month ago.
Speaking of sell though, you came with us to see The Rise of Skywalker in theaters on that
theater.
fateful night in December.
Feels
Now
like
that
years ago.
the dust is settled, almost 4 months later. What are your thoughts on it?
Of the movie?
Yeah, the
I
movie.
loved it.
Yeah, you
I
loved
loved
it.
it,
Straight
yeah.
up. What do you think, Sean?
I thought it was an improvement of The Last Jedi. I thought
Yes.
Yeah, I think
yes.
that's the most thing. I think the movie, like for me, is.
Probably love it because I hated that one so
You want
much.
to give it
I
a
know, it's a
6
lot of-
out of 10 or a 7? 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, like it's something in that range. The thing
it a
with that
7,
is movie
yes.
is like it's a popcorn movie. I think my problem was that it's the integrity of it doesn't live up to the originals. Like,
Yeah, of course, yes, yeah.
Entertainment wise, like you said, like I
Entertainment-wise,
enjoyed
yeah.
that movie a lot. It was fun to watch. Like you brought back some old
had
characters.
everything I needed to be satisfied with. The
Right,
ending of
yeah,
the-
like you
of
bring
that
back,
trilogy.
obviously, spoilers, everybody's seen it at this point. Like, they brought back Palpatine, fun to see Palpatine do
Love
his thing.
Palpatine.
Yep.
Bring back Lando, great to see Billy D back
Love
in
Billy
form.
D.
You know, they did what they could. And even
Babu
Luke,
Frick, cool.
You know, Babu Frick, you like the new characters.
him.
Luke, was Luke, even though his scenes were quite short. There's
I
not
liked
much
like
Luke in
I
that
liked like
movie
all
at
the Force stuff at the end
Oh,
with
yeah.
her with
I
all the
thought
voices.
Kylo
That
Ren
was
also
cool.
developed.
Yeah, they brought in every fucking voice
Every
under the
voice
sun.
of
There
the
was
Jedi,
Sam
yeah.
Jackson and it's fucking Hayden Christensen.
I
Ahsoka
thought
Tano.
Kylo Ren
Ahsoka
also
Tano.
kind of developed as a character.
He was he had a good
Kylo Ren was
closure to
dope.
his character.
I liked him.
So yeah, that's like the only thing with me is that like obviously bringing back Palpatine I'm just back and that's it.
Didn't like that, but I heard
Right.
now,
Well,
now
I
I
heard it's
heard the
calm.
stories and
But that's what I'm
comics
talking about, the integrity.
fill it out.
Sure, but you know what?
But
While that's all well
sell,
and good,
sell.
yeah, that's part of sell. You know, it's buy, sell. You
You
know,
saw Disney's rushing out for
Disney's foaming
May
at the
the
mouth.
4th. They're putting put it on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, we're
Yes.
gonna put up Rise of Skywalker, yeah, and the new movie.
And the last episode of Clone Wars, I think.
Sure.
Everyone's raving about it. I haven't
Well,
seen it.
yeah. Oh well, yeah. Let's segue into Clone Wars now. Finally, now because I haven't even.
You sent me like the
I sent you a
torrent.
link
I
to
didn't get
watch
a chance
it.
to watch
Should
it.
have fucking watched it. But yeah, like I didn't ever finish the original Clone Wars. Did you ever go
Yes,
through all?
I watched
you watched
the whole
all
thing,
6
yeah,
seasons?
yeah,
See,
I watched
Was
the
there
whole
one movie or two?
There was
just
one.
the one movie in theaters. That's what made me and Mikey, friend of the show.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
yeah.
peace. We saw that in theaters in 2008, I believe, and we left. And I was like, done. This sucked. And I was like, I was done.
I was the same way. I hated it.
I
when
was
it first
retired
came
with
out.
Star
Very
Wars.
kid-
with
it
that.
was, like, very
It was
kid-focused.
way
Yes,
too
yes.
kid friendly. So I pretty much at that point was done with Star Wars because it was 3 years after Revenge of the Sith, and I was just like, okay, I could see this isn't for me anymore. I can retire this as like an adult now for now. So when the Clone Wars as a show came out briefly after that, I just had no interest.
Yeah, I didn't watch it when it first came out.
No, but then it finished, and then like over the years, it's it's got a really big following even with Xenio, like the Generation Z kids that are in their mid-20s who watched it as kids 10 years ago. Oh, it's amazing, gotta watch it. And a lot of bigger fans and older fans nowadays. There's a lot of positive talk about it. So I haven't never finished it, but I know the characters. I know Ahsoka, I know Rex, and all these guys. So when the new season came out, I was like, well, I'll watch this, and I'll get it when I get a chance. I'll go back to watch.
How many years in between? Because I know this new season was like rehashed. It was on ice for what, 10 years?
8,
maybe
8?
like 7.
Because then they started because it was a few years from Rebel. Oh wait, 08 to 6 season, maybe down to 13. Let's see.
Rebels is the reason I went back and watched Clone Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I watched Rebels, but I didn't finish Rebels. I
I
watched
didn't
Rebels.
finish it.
Rebels was, I think, excellent Star Wars.
Okay, so Clone Wars finished in 2014, and then Rebels came out
No,
2015 or 2016?
16, I think.
16, because I started watching Rebels.
I gotta give Rebels another go.
You'll
I
like
love,
it.
I'm a big Thrawn guy.
You'll
Thrawn's
like
one of
it.
my favorite
Yeah,
characters.
they brought him back. See, that right before he came back is when I stopped watching.
What I didn't
It's
realize.
got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's
Star Wars
excellent.
Rebels.
It's excellent.
Okay,
show.
first episode 2014 and then 2018. So, but I think they aired the first episode and then they aired it, and then there was a first episode, and then there was a break.
It's funny too because watching
75
Rebels
episodes of Rebels.
made Mandalorian better.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
For
So
you?
if you look at that, it's like that's what actually changed the game for Mandalorian for me. There's a lot of like things inside Mandalorian, like the Loth Cat and all that.
Oh, okay. So stuff
which
like
was
that.
like, oh,
is-
that's a cool little like Easter egg.
They nod to Rebels, and also there's even nods to a bit of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
too,
Now supposedly I heard in Mandalorian next season, Ahsoka Tano is going to be in it.
well, that
That
officially.
is the rumor.
Well, officially, they say Rosario Dawson's been cast as Ahsoka Tano.
Excellent
I'm not
casting.
sure if she's going to be in the Mandalorian. I'm not unsure if that was the details, but they've cast her for something.
And in my opinion, after going like we said, like I didn't watch Clone Wars when it first aired, and then I went back after I started watching Rebels a little bit, and this is like the Rebels last season.
Yeah.
I just watched all of it.
Oh yeah. So I binged it.
Clone Wars, I think each episode's probably like not even 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, they're
And then,
they're digestible. That's for sure. You just got to be.
But there's
in
so
the,
many of them. There's a lot. So it
Of
took me a
Clone
while.
Wars,
to
there's a
watch
lot.
them, yeah.
That's the problem. And see that from what I understand, the first season lags. So
Yes.
I'm like always like.
You gotta like kind of fight through the first like season or two.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
And then watching Clone Wars makes episode 2 and episode 3 way better.
more palatable. Yeah.
Yes.
that's what I
Oh,
heard,
it's excellent.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's the thing. It's like, remember, the characters lagged in the prequels, and that's an unfortunate thing. But, you think, well, I guess there wasn't much time to develop them. I mean, you can make the argument that there was plenty of time in the original trilogy to develop those characters, but in a TV show, there's just more time to develop characters.
Like,
you
it
have these little character moments. And Clone Wars, is character-driven.
it makes Grievous so much better.
I'm a
It
big
makes-
Grievous fan for sure.
It makes
love
Count Dooku so much better, and then you have Darth Maul comes back, which is great.
Right.
It makes Anakin's story a lot better, and now the Anakin story when they're redoing it, like the last episode of Clone Wars, you could see everything unfolding, and like it's
Everyone's
great.
raving
Yeah.
about it.
It's
Everyone's
great.
The
raving
last
about
episode was great.
It was the
Everyone's
best episode of any Star
Is this
Wars
the
show.
season
out
Yeah,
finale?
there.
Is this a series finale?
No, 2 more
there's
episodes.
2 more.
Yeah, everyone's hyped. I saw
Yeah,
Jeremy
yeah.
was
Legendary.
Yeah. So, like, it took a little, like, because you think with me is that I didn't watch Clone Wars. So when they do this stuff on, like, Rex and, like, Echo, I'm like, eh. But, like, I was getting when they, like, I guess we could spoil the first few episodes. So, like, when they were doing the stuff on, like, Echo to get him back
Yeah.
and stuff, it was like, oh, this is a cool thing. And these characters are,
And they had like the mutant clones or
the
whatever.
mutant
Like yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of that was good, and then but like I want to see the meat and potatoes. I'm like, where's the Anakin? Where's the like Obi-Wan? And then they
Sean,
they
pretty
started
much the last
pumping them in.
episode was taking place during the attack to get the Emperor back from Grievous on the ship.
Yeah. So now
They're talking about it while they're there.
the last
Yes, I
the
remember
episodes now are
when they
in
kill
episode 3.
When they kill Dooku.
Dooku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talk about it in the
Dooku's
show.
already dead. The last episode, so we're already in episode 3 with the
Yeah,
last
we're in the middle of
Fantastic.
episode
because
3.
Dooku they're talking about Anakin killing.
I remember killing Dooku. Yeah.
Yeah, it is like Anakin.
Are we
Anakin killed
spoiling
him
the last
already.
episode? I don't know if we want to even spoil
I
it.
know
for
I
it's
you.
saw
Star Wars
recent.
lore. It's not like you're changing the story. For
Yeah,
me.
it's
No,
true.
yeah,
You're
it's
not
true.
doing
We,
the
yeah,
story.
we haven't actually spoiled
highlight
anything.
of-
And honestly, if you have Disney Plus, like it's kind of spoiled for you. Like just like the banner for
Yeah.
Clone Wars is spoiling of it. Whose phone keeps going off, Sean? Is that you?
mine.
You have to mute that during the podcast.
Yeah, I'm muting.
I said my bad.
Notifications off.
But I know. Should we spoil it? But I guess we could. I don't know.
Well,
I
the
guess-
highlight.
not really spoiling it.
Yeah. it's
Well,
not
you
really
excited me with just seeing Prince Izor
Oh,
in form.
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
that gave me excitement.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. No.
That was kind of the biggest spoiler out of everything.
That gave me excitement.
But I have to say
And there was a few
lightsaber.
episodes building up Ahsoka Tano because in the Clone Wars show, she breaks away from
this
the Jedi.
I think this is making Ahsoka Tano like the new face of Star Wars.
Pretty much, she really is a beloved
Is she the
character with
green?
younger fans.
No, she has like
No,
the
she's-
blue things on her head. And she has the
yeah,
orange
she's
face.
the what's it called?
Show me a pic right here.
this character.
Oh, okay. She's a Twilight.
She's becoming the new.
She's not a Twi'lek. It's
not a
similar.
Twi'lek?
No, it's similar.
I always thought she was Twilight because she had like the appendages hanging.
Yeah.
It's a similar species, but it's
I
not
see
actually
them
Twi'lek.
going down this road because they need a big female.
Yeah, I know that's a lot. Well, and we could segue into a lot of the most recent talk with what's her name?
So she's a full Jedi.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know if she finished her council training, but she was.
But if
Yeah,
she's
she
in
was a Jedi.
Mandalorian, then
Well, she's not in she's going to be in season 2. Talks of.
so-
Yeah.
Talks, yeah.
Order
But
66.
Mandalorian is long.
Mandalorian's
after
after Return of the Jedi, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
40
it's a few-
years after.
Yeah, a couple years after. 5 years after.
So, no, Ahsoka. Well, everyone knows
It's
Ahsoka
40 years after
survives.
Job.
4 years
Ahsoka
after.
survives.
40 years after New Hope, I believe.
Oh, 40 years after New Hope. Does that make any sense? No,
No,
couldn't
it's,
be.
it's after Return of the Jedi.
No, it's a few years after.
6 years after.
Because they said the Empire's fallen.
Yeah, the
That's why
Empire
they
just
have-
fell.
that's why they
because
have to
I
have
know, I'm
credits.
thinking 40 years after Phantom Menace. That's what.
Yeah,
it
maybe
was.
40 years after Phantom Menace.
I think that's what it was.
That might make sense. Let me see. Mandalorian
You can look up the
time
timeline.
after.
I think it's 6 years after the fall of the Empire. Or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like
right.
around
Well,
there.
that's right.
That's why all the Stormtrooper
Mandalorian
gears
picks
all,
up
it's all
5
like-
years after Return of the
That's why all the
Jedi.
Stormtrooper gears all gritty.
Gritty,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. They're rusty for hire stormtroopers now. Yeah.
Oh, Werner Herzog was the fucking.
He was great.
man.
It's unfortunate that he
yes.
died.
But
Bounty
see,
hunting.
that's
Cool.
another perfect example of in Mandalorian, the last episode. Spoiler alert, I guess. With the black saber, if you didn't watch Rebels, you're
Right.
really not going to know about it.
Right. See, I knew that was in Rebels, but somebody else might be like, "What's
Like the
that?"
Battle of Mandalore. That's
Right,
That's
And I think
a great story.
Gus
Yeah.
Fring is a perfect casting.
Oh, he's
Oh,
great.
yes.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
brilliant
yeah.
villain.
And I love his
he's
name,
very
too.
He's very mechanical
Oh, it's
and
perfect.
Yeah.
devious.
And just looks like
straight
like a
faced
complete
fucking
scumbag.
Gus Fring.
He's a perfect Moff.
I love
great.
it. Yeah.
perfect Moff.
Moff Gideon. Yeah, no, it's great. That's great. So there's a lot of good stuff
And
there.
I'm watching Better
to
Call
unravel.
Saul. He's still in it,
Well, there you go.
which takes place before Breaking Bad.
Yeah. How many seasons are there? Better Call Saul? It's got to be
It's
four.
fifth
3 or
season now.
4,
It's a
right?
fifth
Yeah,
season.
I
Now.
have-
It's a
I
fifth
got
season
through
now.
seasons 3. I mean, episode 3.
I
or
never
4
watched
eventually.
Breaking Bad. I know.
Oh, man, legendary.
That's
good
what
stuff.
I was gonna
You
start.
gotta get back on that.
Your boy Joey's a big.
I
fan.
rewatched that last year, not that long ago.
But it's fifth season now. Just ended. 6th season's gonna be the last.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
And
they're
so
closing that up.
everything's kind of going fucking nuts. The cartels are killing everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
I mean, I watched El Camino, which was fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
I heard everything about Breaking Bad. Nothing ever
It's
bad.
brilliant.
About
Nah, there's nothing to say bad. It's
Brilliant.
fantastic.
Ozark is like a not as good. Breaking
Ozark
Bad.
is like Breaking Bad meets American Beauty, the way I say it.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I didn't get to season 2 yet.
I just finished season 2.
You're
Season
watching a
3's
lot
out.
of content, playing a lot of video games.
it. Heavy on the content.
Quarantining, bro.
Yeah. You're living your best quarantine life.
You know
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
got a fucking
You know
lot
I'm
of
not a
content.
homebody, man.
Nah, so
I never
you're-
been
I
home this
know,
much
yeah.
in my life.
Sean's making light work of this fucking work at home. Ain't
I work
nothing
at
to
home. I'm out and
No,
about.
I know
man.
you're not about
But
it.
the weekends I was just
I
doing
feel like
shit.
I'm slacking. I'm not getting any content in.
Well, your roommate's watching Ozark.
Yeah.
Your
Yes, he
roommate's
is.
doing all the work
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, he's doing
watching
it.
all the stuff.
He's watching all the fluff.
Yeah, so we'll segue from there being the Clone Wars. Okay, so there's a fight with an epic fight between Darth Maul and because we
Legendary.
kind of said that Darth Maul's in the episode, but
Yeah,
and
he's
Ahsoka.
robotic
and it's
legs.
great. The episode's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Is he still rocking the double saber?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's rocking the double saber. And
Sean, you'll love this lightsaber fight
Yeah,
between him and Ahsoka. It's
great.
insane.
It's very fun.
And Ray Park did the
Does he do the voice?
catch motion. No, he does.
he does the capture, the motion capture for
yeah,
it.
the motion capture for the fight. It's great.
Oh, I love Ray Park. He's great, man.
Oh, and you got to see the moves. It's insane.
Yeah, it's a great fight. It's very fun. It's very fun. The whole episode's great. The back and forth is great. Very good stuff. Yeah. So I'm very looking forward to the next 2 episodes.
Yes.
Next one coming out tomorrow. The one after that coming on. Is that May the 4th or is it going to come out May the 4th?
I think it comes out May the 4th.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun stuff to
Like
watch.
seeing her watch Anakin turn is going to be tough.
Oh, yes. Now that she's back. Yeah, and well, I mean, I guess spoilers. She does live if she's in the Mandalorian.
Yeah, she
Otherwise, you'd think.
Well, she lives in Rebels, and Rebels is after
that's
this.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Excuse me. Now that you've raped everyone in the Jedi Temple, rape Ahsoka Tano and the Separatist leaders. Yes. But okay, so good stuff. Watch Clone Wars. It's very
You
positive.
caught my interest.
When they
Sean
talked
with his
about-
Disney Plus, cancel it. $7 too much. All this money.
When Obi-Wan
I just don't like giving
yeah,
money to Disney, personally.
I
So
don't blame you
Obi-Wan
there.
tells Ahsoka to know that he's spying on the Chancellor.
Yes, we're spying
So
on the Chancellor.
she also doesn't agree with it. So and then you got to watch it.
It's good stuff, man. I'm actually going to
Maul-
rewatch the last
Darth Maul
episode
telling
tonight.
her all
I
that
think.
stuff. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Bro, you caught my interest.
You need to it's like you need to see it now. Like we should watch it right now.
Yeah.
On
we
the
should
podcast
we should
live.
put it. We should. I know we should maybe have a watch along and do it live, like a little what's it called? Oh, we should or definitely.
Well, it's our Jade Island episode. That's gonna be,
oh, that'll be our
we're
Jade
gonna
Island.
peak the ratings on that.
Speaking of going back to the Ghostbusters toys, you didn't see anything for the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary toys?
There are some.
Everything that's cool is wiped. It was like bullshit.
Oh, you didn't see anything.
You didn't get the
So,
Boba
like-
Fett helmet? The Boba Fett
Oh,
helmet
everybody's
looked
the
awesome.
Boba Fett home looks great. Yeah, somebody said GameStop.com had it, so
Yep.
now it'll probably get sold out. But it was only one.
Sell.
Sell. At least Disney's making some money. But yeah, so I heard good things about that. Yeah, I know. I would like some 40th anniversary stuff for
Empire.
Strikes
I
Back.
mean, come on, it's Empire.
I know. In fact, that's the 40th anniversary they're having the Star Wars Celebration this year. I'd love to go.
We're talking about Star Wars
Well,
memorabilia. You're talking
not
to the king right here.
Not to be the bearer of bad news, but I got an email about Celebration today.
What is the deal? I know there was an email.
Have
wait,
you
last
went?
minute.
Have you went?
No,
I
was
never
gonna
went
do-
either.
This was going to be the year I went.
Maybe
of course.
next year we all go make a
That would be
fucking
awesome.
guys
That would be
trip out.
Wait,
of it.
okay, wait. So here's from. This is the email they sent out. We wanted to give you all an update on Star Wars Celebration in light
Yeah,
of
that's the one I got,
coronavirus. At Celebration, health and given global related, we want to share some steps. Okay, but what are the steps? We were in contact with Anaheim.
Nothing.
We're committed to ensuring that our plans meet or exceed the guidance. Very dynamic, changing. In the event that we postpone or cancel, so this is not. They're not definitively saying they're postponing or canceling, but
No,
they're saying
they said
that
they're waiting last minute.
yeah, so they might. Which is kind of fucked up for the people that have like serious arrangements, because they say in the event.
Well,
that
I
they
mean,
might-
perfect example of that is look at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania is another one.
Yeah.
Wait, so WrestleMania is is going on or is
No,
canceled?
WrestleMania
It's
was
done.
WrestleMania was supposed to be in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa,
Right,
and that's like 100,000
but
people.
isn't wrestling in WWE in Florida now considered an essential service?
Yes, they're considering an essential service. They do it in front of no fans or whatever. But
Right.
WrestleMania,
But WrestleMania they
that
can't.
brings like $1 billion of revenue into
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
city. They had it at the Performance Center, which was in front of 0 people.
When would the wait? So
WrestleMania was already supposed to happen, and they had it,
they had
but
it
they
already.
didn't do it at the stadium.
Oh, where did they do it?
They did it in the Performance Center in front of nobody.
In front of nobody.
Yeah.
But it was still pay-per-viewed.
Yes,
So you watched it?
I watched it.
How was it?
It was alright.
I didn't hear much about it. I didn't
No,
even know it went down.
It was
already.
relevant. Yeah, it was relevant.
Oh, that's unfortunate. What was the main event? We'll do a wrestling podcast.
Like Lesnar McIntyre, I think, or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't.
That
anything
sounds a
special.
little. yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
under the
that-
circumstances, imagine how was it with watching it with an empty.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No,
Like
good.
the
You need
whole
the fans, you
stadium,
need energy.
the stadium and the fans is what makes WrestleMania so
The
extravagant.
energy. It's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
people
huge.
with signs.
It's
and
huge,
epic.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Like
you
I
know
was
what
at
mean?
WrestleMania last year at MetLife, and there was probably like 108,000 people, and it was crazy,
massive
amounts
yeah,
of
They
people.
hold 70,000 in the seats, and then
and
another
then on the floor,
30,000
you
on
got
the
everything
floor.
there.
Yeah.
To see it in front of nobody, it was dead. It was like
Yeah.
watching an episode of like that they're still doing. It's like watching an episode of Raw. It's not.
No, that's unfortunate.
I think wrestling is something you need the fans involved.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
it's
without
part
question,
because
without
it's a
question.
spectacle. There's energy
Everyone
involved.
has-
Exactly, it's a
Like the
spectacle.
signs and the booing and the shirts.
But now going back to what you were saying about Star Wars Celebration, all these people, you got people that come from other
Everywhere.
countries.
Oh, when I was
that
at
go to
Celebration
WrestleMania.
Anaheim, I've been to a few celebrations. I was in Anaheim and I was in Orlando. Both times I met people from London, people from Norway.
So
like,
these people book these trips, and then that was kind of early into like the quarantine.
yeah, flights
These people
and
just
hotels.
got beat. Yeah,
Oh, man,
I think
it's
these people
insane.
just got beat.
Oh god, it's thousands and thousands of dollars.
Thousands
you know?
and
Like,
thousands.
I had to cancel some flights. You're not getting your money back. They give you
No
credits.
credit.
Yeah, well, at least the credit's better than nothing. But yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah, but now you get a credit for something you wanted to go to. Now, what are you going to get?
Oh,
the
you're
credit?
I know.
You're
Anaheim
I'm gonna go to
Hotel.
Anaheim
Yeah.
for no fucking reason. I guess you
Yeah.
go to Disneyland if and when it opens. We could segue into that into a minute. But to finish the Star Wars talk, so there was the leak about the Russian doll showrunner, or I think she's the writer of it, Leslie Headland, to be writing a quote female-centric Star Wars show. Now this was leaked rumors, but pretty much the internet is saying it's definitive. What do you guys think about this? Another Kathleen Kennedy pet
Kathleen
project.
Kennedy's a monster. That needs to be stopped.
Right, that's why I wanted to get your opinion.
So what are you saying? They're making a female lead show?
Yeah, female lead Star Wars show, which is odd considering like all the studios are like slowing shit down because of the virus and whatnot.
See,
so.
I could perfectly see that being the segue for putting Ahsoka in Mandalorian,
Yeah.
and then making a backstory show about her.
Well, that would be something if you're gonna have Ahsoka, but to have another
Because like, where was Ahsoka during from
the original
Revenge of the
movies.
Sith till Return of the Jedi?
Yeah,
And
that's and that's a great time period too.
and she's a
for every-
Jedi too. No
yeah,
less
so
during this time.
everyone wants to see, well, at least people like
I
us
think the
wanna
time-
see
I'd watch
original
that.
trilogy stuff.
I
Of
think the
course I would watch
timeline's
that.
cool.
So that's something to think about. But I think a lot of people are concerned that she's going to do some random offshoot female-centric
No,
thing.
we can't have
You know what I mean?
The Mandalorian timeline is the best, like right between Jedi
Yeah. Or I
and
would,
A Force Awakens.
well,
is
that's-
a great
yes.
timeline.
That's a solid timeline, but I would even like to see some underground shit during when the
Well, I want to
original
see
movies are going.
who cares about this Leslie Hayland shit, right?
Well, the underground stuff.
But
Well,
everyone-
this is just leaked stuff.
What
so this is
everyone
not
wants to
definitive.
see is Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan.
Yes.
which will be
Yes,
coming out.
yes.
too.
That's what
That was going to be a
what-
movie. Now they're saying it's a 6-episode.
Now-
and
miniseries.
supposedly, you
That's
could
what I
look that
wanna
up. I
fucking
saw a
see.
picture of Ray Park in the face paint from, I guess, from them doing it. Like look up latest Ray Park.
You have him in
Darth Maul.
Tatooine
Yeah,
when
that'll be fun.
Luke's a child.
Everybody's whispered about that.
Ewan McGregor's what everyone wants. That's the Star Wars I want to see.
So this is
No, that's not it.
no.
It was like really dark and gritty. It's on Ray Park. Go to Ray Park's Instagram
Okay,
if you could find that.
which we can.
We could find anything.
We can find anything with the internet. Fuck you, Ray.
Yo, you're gonna.
But also, he did suit up for Solo. So,
Go down. I guess these are his pictures.
Sean, what I tell you about that?
Enough.
Sith, we've got dead air.
He posts a lot of shit, Mr. Ray Park.
Yeah,
But he's great. No, he's great. There's him in the
Yeah, no, that's
Solo movie.
this is subpar.
Well, if you could find it for me. But
You guys are ruining it for me.
love me some Ray
You're
Park.
making me look stupid.
Hey, you sold me on Clone Wars. I'm gonna take a peek.
Yeah, definitely take a peek.
You're making me look stupid.
Ray
out
Park's
here, Ray
great.
Park.
Though. You know, he was like 24 when he did Phantom Menace. It makes me feel like an
Wasn't
old
he like a
geezer.
stunt devil? Like that?
Yeah, it was like a stunt double, kind of guy, acrobat fucking guy. But he was just so young in comparison.
Oh, there
to,
you
know.
go. That's it.
Oh, that's great. So when was this?
This was
That's pretty sick.
December of 2019,
Okay, so that's recent. So that
and
would
they're saying this is from the Obi-Wan show,
okay. He looks great.
That's sick.
right?
That's fucking sick.
Looks
Gritty
great.
Darth Maul.
Grady Darth Maul. I love his teeth. They're all scuzzy. Great.
And he looks like battered. Like
Yeah, he looks
As well he
the
should. I
mirror,
mean,
yeah.
20 years have gone by. 21 years have gone by. So
but
that's
even
great.
the character's like fucked up. You know.
Exactly.
Wait till
yeah.
you see him in Clone Wars. He's fucked up.
Yeah, he's fucked up. He's fucking having
I'm
trouble with Ahsoka.
No, and that's leading into Solo, where he's running like an underground.
He's running. What
like-
is it called? Is
Well,
it
the crime syndicates.
Yeah.
But is the name of it the? There's a name of it. Black.
I'm surprised the
Sun or
Emperor didn't
Burning
want to
Sun.
like put an end to him, though. You know.
Yeah. Ray Park.
Well, going
crime.
back to what you were talking about, like you wanted more underground Star Wars. Did you guys like Solo?
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't as bad as people say it is.
Yeah, like I mean, it failed. Crimson Dawn, right? He's part of the. He's
Yes,
the
yes,
leader
yes,
of
there you
Crimson
go.
Dawn. Yeah, okay.
They're cool. Like Crimson
cool-
Dawn, Black
yeah,
Sun.
Yeah, well, I love those
Yeah,
names. Are
sick.
great, and also Crimson makes sense because of red. You know,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
he's running it, so that's a cool thing. And yeah, that was great, and that's the best part of Solo. And so I didn't hate Solo. I mean, commercially, it failed. Like it
Yes,
lost money.
yeah.
You know, but that was their
That's
own
why Disney
fault.
was like, "Zzz."
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They lost money, and they
Sad
were
for
like,
our
Sucks, 'cause
Boba
I
Fett
like
movie.
I like Solo.
Boba Fett
Yeah, I
movie
like
was
Solo.
canned, and I was like,
well, they turned the Boba Fett movie into The Mandalorian, which was a good choice. And the same thing with the Obi-Wan was going to be a movie. These were all going to be those offshoot movies, the Solo story, the Obi-Wan story, and then they were like, "Oh shit! All right, we'll make."
and
them
Ewan
TV
McGregor is
shows."
like the right age to play like
perfect age.
Play the
perfect.
Tatooine,
and he's been saying
Obi-Wan,
it. He
yeah.
made tweets. Oh, I can't wait.
He's been fighting for
He's
it.
been fighting for it. He's like, I want to get back into
So
the.
he
shape."
was in the Harley Quinn movie as Black Skull,
and
which
you
is a
liked
Batman
him,
villain.
yeah. So I said I didn't
He-
see
he-
Birds
he
of
was
Prey.
a
Harley
great
Quinn.
villain in
in the Harley Quinn movie. What,
he was
the
the
Birds
main.
of Prey?
He was the
Yeah.
main villain.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He
I
was
didn't see
Black
that shit.
Skull, which
I
is
know-
famous
I didn't see it.
Batman.
Black Skull.
That-
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
That movie must have lost money because nobody
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
saw
nobody
it,
saw that.
right?
Remember I heard
kinda-
they changed the
they
name
moved-
mid-story.
They did. They turned it into
It had-
the
it had-
fantastical bullshit of Harley Quinn.
It
It's
had
bullshit.
its pros and cons.
Or it wasn't even called Harley Quinn.
No, it was called Birds of Prey, and then it's
Prey.
Harley Quinn in Birds of Prey. or
Right,
some shit like
exactly.
that.
Which because they were like, oh shit, no one knows.
Yeah, like what
Well,
the
they
fuck
kind of
movie
did
is this?
They did
Yeah.
a one over where they did a VOD release to kind of
Oh, did
generate
they?
some more income.
Yeah, their fucking revenue was down.
Well, were you? I mean, you're a DC guy. You were a fan of Suicide Squad?
Not.
I-
Jared Leto was terrible as the Joker.
Oh man, this,
Yeah.
this movie. Well, its budget was $84 million, but you really have to double that because that doesn't include marketing. And worldwide it made 201, so this movie like barely broke even.
It
pretty
broke
much.
it after VOD apparently.
Yeah, probably after that because you have to.
All right. To be honest, I didn't even think it would do that. So
I thought it would
that's-
lose money.
that's
So it
winning.
seems like because the reason that Solo lost money was that the reshoots were. I heard there was like $50 million in reshoots, and that was just like, that just fucked it.
which is
We
crazy.
saw it opening weekend, me and you, and the theater was
it's
half empty.
empty. But that's their own fault. They did it fucking 5 months after The Last Jedi, which unfortunately for many was, critically on Rotten Tomatoes. A lot of the reviewers liked it, but the fans pretty much didn't. I would
Hated
say
it.
at this point, most.
I heard if you
fans-
go back and watch it now, you'll like it a little bit better. But I
rewatched it before the Rise
Darth
of
Maul was
Skywalker.
like the coolest surprise.
Are you talking about Solo?
Of Solo.
Solo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. No. Solo was decent. There was parts of the movie where I was bored. A lot of the
Yes.
things that I enjoyed were really callbacks and tidbits. Like they mention the name Bosk. You know, like, we're gonna get some bounty hunters, and maybe Bosk is up for it. And then things like, of course,
Show boss. Like, I don't want to see Woody Harrelson's lame. Like,
yeah, that's true. Showing Bosk would have been. These are the things that people want to kind of see, and
yeah,
unfortunately for them, it's
like,
nostalgia.
These marquee secondary characters are what makes Star Wars.
Give us some
I don't
more.
remember the marketing for Solo, but I remember
It
absolutely
was small domestically, but I believe they tried to pump it big internationally because China is such a big market, bigger than the U.S. at this point, and Star Wars just doesn't work there. You know, if for whatever reason, the first Star Wars movie that was released there was The Phantom Menace. Maybe that has something to do with it. You don't have the original nostalgia that we have. They didn't grow up with the original trilogy at all. Like, there was no original
so that's
trilogy
like brand
there.
new Star Wars for them.
Exactly. The prequels were brand new Star Wars for them, so they come out like,
To show how great the Joker was, it wasn't released in China.
oh yeah, but they don't. But they also didn't release the Ghostbusters remake either. Anything that like their government constitutes as like risky business.
I feel like China's incel city, so they're like,
yeah, of
we can
course,
kill our aggressors. All
right. Exactly. So of course,
Wait, people do that?
Yeah.
Wait, my life sucks and I can kill people?
They were having
right.
They were having riots as it was before this. So.
But now going back to
Dude,
what
they
we
love
talked about.
CGI in China.
Yeah.
Oh,
Venom
that's why they love.
made shit money here,
But they
and
killed
China
their-
they like, oh,
Why do you
crappy
think-
graphics,
Really?
no story.
Why do you think they still
Transformers
they
5.
still make
I want more.
Yeah, give me more Transformers. Like
Transformers.
kill me if you want another.
Mark
Transformers.
Wahlberg, no
Yeah,
thanks.
No thanks is
No
right.
thanks.
I
Adam
stopped at the
Sandler and
first
Mark
one.
Wahlberg, if they're in the movie, I don't watch it.
Not-
Just
Yeah.
not interested.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Uncut Gems was actually.
Yes.
I heard
Yes.
very good things.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
coming out on
very
Netflix. I heard like
Uncut Gems was
Uncut
fantastic.
Gems
In
was
May.
great. I actually liked Uncut Gems more than I liked.
all my friends have
What's it called? What was the movie that won Best Picture?
the Korean movie.
Yeah, the Korean
Some-
South Korean movie.
Parasite.
Parasite. Yeah, I liked
some,
it more than
some
Parasite.
movie pretty much warning us about coronavirus, I
pretty
guess. So.
I know it was the Parasite.
It's funny. I watched Outbreak.
This one, Best
Dustin
Picture
Hoffman.
for a reason.
It's all the movie Outbreak. Parasite was just about classism, but which it was very good, but also I actually liked Uncut Gems better. I think
Everyone raved about it. And it's just like apparently only like good Adam Sandler
in
performed.
years
Oh,
or ever.
Easily.
Yeah,
And
Easily.
like
the
Mike
90s.
Frances is in it. Like,
Yeah, he is in it. Mike
Like he
Frances
doesn't
is in
play
it.
like a Jewish clown. So
No,
that's
he
good,
finally plays like a
plays like a Jewish.
gritty scumbag.
gambling
Gambling
degenerate.
degenerate. Yeah, no.
Everyone raved about
cheating
it.
on his wife with his gumad and shit.
Everyone
fantastic.
raved
That-
about it. I'm gonna watch on Netflix.
That
for
was
sure.
great. Yeah, which we went over.
That was my apprehension. Like Adam Sandler.
Yeah, and I heard good things. So I
Stabler.
Adam Sandler is a stapler. And, even though that's Rob Schneider. He
Oh, yeah,
usually
that
plays
is
the
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider is a stapler.
Kenny.
Oh, that's gold. Yeah,
What's
but
his studio called? Happy Madison.
Happy Madison Productions.
The only good movie
Billy
they ever
Gilmore
made
Productions.
was Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy was a fucking legend.
Well, the originals I like. Billy Madison and
You're good as you're a kid.
Happy Gilmore.
They're hard to
They're
watch.
still good.
They're still good to watch.
I
They're
I
still
like
good to
50
watch.
First Dates. Like that's a pretty.
I
good
could watch
movie.
it. I could watch 50 First Dates. I could
Grandma's
watch
Mr.
Boy
Deeds.
was the only one.
Grandma's Boy
I
is
saw that in
legendary.
theaters. Grandma's Boy I like. Yeah, like any of those movies I could pretty much still watch. Not to say that they're good. I mean, like I mean, his movies now are like you think about Jack and Jill and how that might be the worst movie ever made. You know.
Oh
like,
yeah, like I can.
What was
the
it like
Zohan-
cowboy movie he made for
Yeah,
Netflix?
like
Yeah,
eight
yeah.
crazy,
Eight Crazy Nights.
saddles or something like that. It's terrible.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. No. I don't fuck with
But,
that. But
Everyone said Gems was good. So
Gems is good. You should definitely go
I'm
see
gonna
it.
check it out.
Give us your opinion on it. So yeah, there was the Leslie Headland movie. So they're talking about new Star Wars stuff, and then the most important thing now, or not the most important thing, but recently this was originally leaked that the Disney Star Wars land was originally supposed to be original trilogy based.
I
but
just heard that today.
yeah, that's new news. And Kathleen Kennedy nixed it, and this was not really rumor. This was mentioned on a WDW podcast by Disney VP Dan Cockerell. So what he said was that they were planning to make an original trilogy Star Wars land for 2 years. They were setting up everything, designing, and then Kathleen Kennedy comes in and she's like, nah, you don't want to do original trilogy. Those are 50-year-old fans. In fact, I think I have the original quote here.
Which is now, I heard, the only people that are there.
Which
well,
are
not
the only people
not
going.
there, but people that are wanting to go.
Right, yeah,
And
apparently.
ironically, the people with actual money.
And exactly the real disposable income, So here's the original quote. They said, this is from Dan Cockerell, Disney VP. They said, well, yesterday Bob Iger met with Kathleen Kennedy, who has a lot of people who may know was sort of George Lucas's protege and headed up Lucasfilm at the time anyway. They had a conversation.
Kathleen Kennedy is a virus.
She is coronavirus. They had a meeting, and Kathleen Kennedy, her point of view was there are no way more Disney Star Wars stories ahead of us than behind us. She says there are way more Disney Star Wars stories ahead of us than behind us, meaning like those stories are in the past. We have unlimited stories to tell. So we really should think about, do we want to build Tatooine and build what all the 50-somethings want? Or do we want to, who remember Star Wars, what it is? Or do we want to build something else which is going to appeal to all the upcoming generations who are going to know the new stories? And that's when they nixed Tatooine and they went with what we have now, Galaxy's
There's a
Edge.
famous quote online where Kathleen Kennedy said we don't have enough subject matter.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Star Wars doesn't have subject matter. It's like you have fucking 20 years of like very good
You literally
loved
have
novels.
like $600.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's trash. We don't want it.
Everything. You could branch off of any story that Star Wars has.
Now, I get when they nixed it originally, when they came out with that, it was a press release. I remember it was like 2015 or whatever, or 2014. They said they were going to scrap all that. And I got it, and I was like, well, that's fucked. Because I was like, that means no Old Republic, no Shadows of the Empire.
Hold on.
Yeah, and I was like, that's fucked. And I was like, but I get it, because are you really going to make movies about stories we already kind of know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, are you going to make a Shadows of the Empire movie? Now, as an animated movie, that'd be beautiful.
It's the only way you can do it.
You already know
You can't. it's
where
the only
that
way you
story
can do
goes
it.
because that story's already been told. The unfortunate thing is that why don't you just tell other stories and like within those things
In the same time frame.
in the same time frames, just different stories. You could do that. While the original
Look at Rogue One.
exactly. Rogue
Loved
One's
it.
in that time
Loved
frame.
it.
People like Rogue One for the most
Director
part.
Krennic was my favorite Star
Yeah, you
Wars.
love
Excellent.
that
Excellent.
character.
I was him as Halloween. I
Great
was
movie.
badass.
Yeah, a lot of people like
The
the movie.
Vader scene.
I feel like the characters in that movie are a little weak, but I think the movie that plays
Well,
great.
they
and
had to be
nostalgic.
weak
It looks
because they were
great.
getting
They were all getting
they were all
axed
gonna be,
at the
yeah.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
Bantha
died.
fodder.
Literally, everyone died.
Bantha poodle.
Bantha fodder. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. So no, I understand that, but
Speaking of Bantha fodder, what do you think a Tusken Raider looks like under the helmet?
somebody asked that the other day. I think it was because
Predator? Like what do you think?
I don't think they look human. I mean, do you think a Jawa
They're
looks human?
They're humanoid.
They have human head. Like
I
they
think
have a human
Jawas are like
body.
rat people. I think.
Yeah, they look a little maybe muskratish.
Like I love the Jawas in Mandalorian when they're eating the egg. And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they
fucking
slime
sick.
egg.
great.
Oh yeah, that's.
I think a Jawa looks like a rat when you take like a little
Yeah,
rat.
yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
With the yellow eyes. I think
yeah.
if you took the hood off, it has like a
Rat-looking.
rat face.
Yeah, a little rat-looking humanoid.
Tusken Raider, I just
humanoid
feel like
rat.
would be like a mutated human.
Yeah,
a little
humanoid.
disgusting human. The fact that they have like bandages makes them seem like they might be like. Yeah, I know that's all quality
It's
stuff.
such a great like nostalgic sound.
Oh yeah, those are
Yeah.
quality sense.
Like when you see Obi-Wan like go with the land speeder, just like,
yeah.
R2 getting zapped.
They've
and
changed
over and
the Obi-Wan noise that he made like 7 times throughout the movie. They changed it for the DVD, then they changed it
Yeah.
for the Blu-ray. The noise that Obi-Wan makes to scare them off, because it was supposed to be like a crate dragon noise because they're like, oh shit, and then they run away. That was.
and he's waving his arms.
Yeah, he's waving his like like flapping about.
scatter.
Yeah, and they all just scattered. They'll soon be back. They scattered easily. They startled easily, but they'll soon be back and in greater numbers.
My favorite was they made like a joke on Reddit, and it was like Uncle Owen and
Emperor.
charred remains.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
the action figure.
Oh, yeah, that's been going around for
It's like-
years.
It's like on the-
yeah.
It's like a
the
burnt
bottom-
skeleton.
Skeletons.
It's like-
Yeah. It's not even
like
like,
towards the bottom of the-
it's on the
like
bottom of the jewel
plastic.
case. Yeah.
and it's
shake
like
it.
it says like Uncle Owen charred remains action figure. It's like
yeah.
fucking awesome. It's so funny.
That's been going around for years. Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
brilliant.
that's
Whoever
great.
made that, like,
yeah.
I give them the
They
utmost
should
props.
actually make that figure.
Charred remains
People
figure.
would buy it.
Because
Sell.
I would buy because I have the
Phil would pay
homestead.
$500 for it.
I
Oh,
paid
yeah.
100. It's funny because I've been looking to, of course, we're all quarantined and bored. I've been looking to buy new Star Wars figures, and there's this mad random,
I like our Trump
figure.
money. I'm buying like Animal Crossing, and we're
Yeah.
buying useless shit,
just useless shit. Exactly.
making the economy run. You know.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
least the nerd economy.
Making your Animal Crossing economy
Yeah,
survive.
yeah, I know. What's the currency that they use in that game?
bells.
I thought it was like an onion.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
you like
they
make
use
onions?
turnips. There's a turnips as a
turnips.
stock market.
Oh yeah, my god. Yeah. So
Got any of those turnips?
there's a character in the movie that's in there in like the background for like 2 seconds, and you could only get him through like build a droid, and it's $150 figure.
You told me you wanted to do more with the cantina, right? You were looking for cantina
Yeah,
toys.
you know what? It turns out that I pretty much have them all.
Oh yeah.
except for the ones that they
But you
didn't
gotta,
make that are
you
custom.
gotta get like the pre-made set on eBay, like the
yeah, they had the paper
physical
ones.
set.
Yeah.
Paper
Well,
set's
I was
kinda
gonna build my own
Bro,
back in 2014,
He won't
and then
sell
I
me
got.
his beat up.
Yeah, I have the Death Star briefing with all the Death Star guys. No, I'm sorry, that's a collectible.
You have the
buy it on
shit.
buy it on
You have
eBay.
the broken one.
I send you eBay links for that all the time.
You haven't sent me one ever.
Long story short, though, there's this character
liar.
in the background
Fake news.
for 2 seconds in Jabba's palace called BG.
Coruscant
J38.
fake news over here.
If of course sounds fake news, and it's like the most expensive, like modern character BG.
Let's take a looky. I want to see
J3,
what
and
this
I'll
guy
show
looks
you. You definitely haven't even seen him. He's just
It's
like,
in a back, like a cardboard
yeah.
back.
Well, no, he's just in the background. But look how expensive he is. This is actually a good deal. It's only 130.
Can you buy him in box?
No, he didn't come in box. He came as a Build-A-Droid figure. So in other words, there were 6 figures that had each part of him, like a leg or a torso and an arm and the head, and you had to buy all 6 of them to build the figure.
So I'm
In
planning
the
a Disney
2000s.
trip. The girlfriend likes Disney. We want to go.
Right. Oh, you're planning a Disney trip. Are you
Yes.
planning it soon?
Well, they said they're
I
gonna
don't
open.
know if you know. that they're-
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, they're locked down.
They said they're gonna open June 1st. I heard on the radio.
That's
Good
not
luck with that.
definitive. That's not definitive.
That's the word on the street.
Nothing
That's-
is opening anytime.
They've apparently been. They wanted to open June
How are
1st,
you
and I've
doing
heard
theme
they've been
parks with social
canceling.
distancing?
Yeah, I hope you're wearing a gas mask.
I'll wear a nice fucking,
Premium
you know,
Disney
Imperial
Imperial
fucking
gas
face
mask for $79.99.
I'm
They're
dropping.
hemorrhaging money.
I'm
Disney.
dropping dough though. I'm going to Droid Factory. I'm going to Saber
Oh,
Factory.
you got to do all the
You
trimmings.
better fucking
like,
get.
yeah.
See, I went to Galaxy's Edge on the West Coast.
You made a
in-
mistake though. So they
Still
had
mad
this
about it.
awesome Salacious Crumb fucking.
Oh, it
doll.
was. But I asked her. I was like, "How many credits?" She's like, "80 credits." And I was like, "Are those fucking U.S. credits?" She's like,
Nah, they're Canadian.
They're the same. Like they have to be in character. So she's like, "It's the same exchange rate." And I was like, "Is that dollars?"
Sir, you need to leave.
For the love of God.
Just tell me.
So wait,
yeah.
the doll was $80.
Yeah, it was a little. It's not full size Salacious Crumb. It's a littler one.
You
But
should have fucking bought
Check
it.
it on eBay. Let's see what it
okay,
is
I
on
think it's
there.
about 100. Let's check it.
That's like $700. He's like,
I don't
fuck.
think it's that much, but yeah, but you press it and he goes like,
$80?
"Whoa," yeah,
Salacious Crumb is the shit.
Love
It's
it.
So they were like
Crumb.
eating them in the Kawaki
yeah,
and
yeah.
Monkey
They were,
lizards.
they were.
They were like,
This one's 130. Let's say it's a shoulder puppet. You put it on your shoulder, and and they have different color ones. This one's got purple hair. See it?
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
This is actually a terrible picture. Like, is this
That
a
picture's-
picture? Is this a video they tried to post?
Looks like your baby took that picture.
Yeah, I know. What imbecile put this? But they're going for over 100. Yeah. Here we go. See, they have different color schemes and stuff.
That's awesome.
They have the classic one, but they have like different color schemes and stuff.
You gotta
yeah.
buy that.
Yeah, so he's got like this one's got like a
that's
white.
mint.
Well, and then they
Not
do
for
like,
$80 though.
Bro, little Phil can play with it.
yeah, and break it for $80. Yeah, yeah, but it's it comes in a little cage box. You see,
Oh,
like,
that's
yeah.
great.
It is great, but I already spent $500 to get in the fucking
Yeah.
place. You know.
Yeah, he's
And-
eating banter wraps.
Oh yeah, we had the
dick.
Ronto wrap, yeah, which was not bad. Lindsay
I
really liked it.
still need to go to
My wife
Moe's
did.
Tavern also and have a nice
Oh,
Duff
I've never.
beer.
I see. I was in
Universal?
front in Universal Moe's Tavern.
Legendary.
Have you
Yeah,
had a Duff
legendary.
beer?
Yes.
It's just like Bud Light, right?
Yeah. They were, and then they have like a different one that's like an IPA that's really good, like Duff, like hard.
Duff
Oh, I think it
Premium.
was Duff Dry.
Duff Dry.
Duff
there you go.
Dry.
Dry.
That sounds good.
I would
I had
love
a
to have a
flaming
fuck.
though. It was great.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you could sit. It's an actual bar, and you could sit at the bar.
And then it's a restaurant too,
yeah,
right?
and then it's a restaurant. Yeah.
You get a flaming
It
Mo.
was-
Did they have
yeah.
flaming Mo's?
Yeah.
Yes,
it
it was
smokes,
fucking
yeah.
great.
Is it
was
alcoholic
great.
drink?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. It's great.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
It's on the
It was the last time I was at Universal.
I just stayed there and just drank all day.
That's
when I was
That's
there.
a great thing. We got to go back to. We got to make a
That's what we
Retrocade
usually do.
Universal trip. Yeah.
It's a famous story. So like, Chris, this is years ago. He goes, I had tickets to soccer game at Yankee Stadium. We don't like fucking soccer.
Yeah.
He's like, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, sure, fuck it, let's go.
I watched the Winter Classic
So
there,
it's like-
but that's different.
He's like, all right, we'll stop at Jeremy's, an old haunt of ours.
Oh yeah, that
We'll
was-
have a beer or two.
Jeremy's Ale House.
We'll have a beer or two. Go to the game. We never went to the game.
Oh, you didn't want to go
Never
to.
made-
Oh, you stayed at Jeremy's
stayed
Ale
at
House.
Jeremy's
You didn't even
and
make it to stands.
No, we never even made it. We never left. We
We,
stayed there for like
we stayed at Jeremy's. Had 30
10,
beers.
40-ounce beers.
And we never left downtown
On the
Manhattan.
Lower East Side. Yeah, that's. Great,
I think
yeah.
we like burned the tickets and laughed.
Yeah, because again, it's a soccer game. Who cares?
We're like soccer. Like who gives a
Yeah,
fuck?
so you just kept fucking drinking those
But
huge
the plan was-
styrofoam
Styrofoam
cups.
cups,
Yeah,
yeah.
like $10 friggin' cup, but it's huge, and it's
Oh,
just
it was
that's a
great.
great haunt. Is that
Love
open?
that place.
Like,
That place.
I mean, not
gotta be.
because of COVID, but like because they got shut down after Sandy, and then they reopened.
You know what?
It was
They were
definitely opened
underwater.
after Sandy.
we
I
got
agree.
to orchestrate Jeremy's
this-
outing.
You kept
Yes.
saying,
we have to find it
before the virus started. Sean was like, "We got to make a freaking city trip. Got to make a city trip." You know,
Jeremy's, Wohop, like we
Yeah,
gotta get.
we gotta
when
do
everything's
it.
back open, we gotta
yeah,
get.
we got to
gotta
do
try
all
everything.
Barcade.
Yeah, we're craving for all.
Barcade,
Barcade.
We'll bounce around.
Me
yeah.
and Phil always have like a Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
we're
always
big
try
Donkey
to-
Kong players.
Yeah, we got to try to fucking.
Last time I was at
We always
Barcade,
try
I
to
beat
beat
the
our
X-Men game.
scores.
Which one?
Spent like fucking $10 to beat the X-Men game.
Oh yeah. Did we also all play?
You know what's an awesome
We played
place?
Turtles in Time too.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we beat
It's an
Turtles.
awesome place. I
beat
think it's in
Turtles in Time.
Somerville, Jersey. It's about an hour drive.
Oh, that's
45
what's it
minutes.
called?
Yestercade.
Yestercade. Yeah, it's
You
one.
pay you BYOB.
Yeah, bring your
You
own
pay
beer.
like $20.
Heard
All
it's
you can
great.
play all night.
Angry,
And they have, like, the
Angry
different
video
rooms or
game
whatever?
guy was there once signing autographs.
They
I don't know
have
if you,
they
know
have
of him.
every game you can imagine.
Yeah, they have a big.
And it's BYOB after like I learned that one of my cousins like bringing a case of beer. Like, sir, BYOB's at 9 p.m.
you guys like there at 2
I like
p.m.
put
Noon.
I'm like drinking beers in the parking lot with my cousin.
I guess we'll have to wait for 9 hours.
But awesome place.
Yeah.
$20. You can play all night, unlimited
great.
games.
Right,
and
right,
BYOB after like 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's
Yeah,
like 45-minute drive.
There's 2 of them, right? Isn't there one in Red Bank?
There's one in Red Bank. The one in Somerville is the best. It has, like,
Really? Okay. We'll go
every
to the
game you
Somerville
can
one.
imagine.
We'll go to the Somerville one. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I'm very.
All these plans for 2025.
all these. Yeah, I know, right?
Jade Island Fire
Making
Off.
fucking plans for things that don't even fucking exist right now. Yeah, I know. So, anything else on the agenda now? Do we have any other things to mention?
What was that movie that you said you watched? That
I watched Vivarium. I don't know if you guys fucking
Not
seen that
familiar.
movie. So that's a movie with
I looked it up.
Jesse Leachman. No,
Jesse. All right.
I got another fucking. I gotta. another,
Beep.
Yeah, another sentence.
Jesse
I gotta do.
Weinstein?
I have to write the time code here. But no, Jesse Eisenberg. And,
all right.
Oh, way far off.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like a sci-fi kind of horror mystery movie, and let's get 71% on Rotten Tomatoes here. I actually didn't even hear about it. It says 2020. I thought it came out last year. When did it come out? It came out in March. Is that accurate? Okay, so it just came out.
I looked at like the synopsis of it. It is an episode of the Twilight Zone. That I've
Episode of Twilight
I
Zone.
love Twilight Zone.
Black Mirror. Yeah. I felt it's only an hour 38. It felt more longer than that.
seen. Oh well, there you go.
Interesting twist ending, but honestly, I felt like half the movie was fucking annoying fluff.
Where'd you watch? On Netflix or something?
The internet somewhere.
Censored again.
Yeah. So
Darth Maul sent me the link. on
yeah,
his
Darth Maul sent me the
underground
link.
circuit.
And so you know, but honestly, my wife wanted to watch. Oh, that looks great. Oh, she loves those sci-fi concepts. Let's watch that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
Fluff.
Yeah, like I was on my phone.
Sounds like
Fluffington.
a fluff
But the end of the movie had one of those kind of what's it called, twists, sci-fi kind of
M. Night Shyamalan.
yeah, maybe I'm not Shyamalan or
You know what I just rewatched?
So.
Which was,
you could if you're into that kind of shit, Black Mirror-esque, whatever,
Zone.
Twilight Zone.
you know what I rewatched? It was great.
Go for it.
The Watchmen. Rewatched it
In
recently.
the
you watch
09
the show?
Watchmen?
I watched the show.
Loved the show. You didn't love the show?
It wasn't as good as the original.
Of
They,
course.
they
You talk about
deviate too
Wait,
much.
wait, wait, you talking about the 09 movie?
The 09 movie.
Everybody
But-
hated that. You
but
like
the
that movie?
but the show was more towards the comic. I like
They
that.
deviated a lot, man. And then they made it very woke. They made it very
Oh, yeah,
2020.
well,
Sean does not like anything Hollywood woke.
But it was.
I hate woke.
it
I
was
hate
got
woke.
pretty dark and
Nah,
gritty.
it's
Dr.
just-
Manhattan is not.
Oh, here we
Here we
go.
go. Here we go.
But
Okay,
Ozymandias was fucking the best.
Yes,
I loved
yes.
every second of Ozymandias.
But like the whole thing with like the people and
But
the
like they made
cops and everything.
Rorschach white supremacist,
Yeah,
like
like,
unnecessary.
yeah.
Rorschach's
I
cool.
thought that was pretty
they
cool.
gotta vilify him. Like they made Rorschach Charlottesville. Like why?
Because it's topical, Sean.
topical to who? The liberal fucking left. They don't read comics anyway. Why ruin a good concept?
They read woke comics.
Well, listen, I'm right and I like the show.
Real right.
Listen,
I'm
it
so
had,
right and I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It had some highlights. I thought Ozymandias was unreal.
See, I really didn't like the movie, so that's why it's like I mean,
A lot of people did not
well,
like
I
the
that
haven't
book,
seen the movie
the
in
book
years.
is regarded as the
11
best
years.
graphic novel of all time.
Yes, and
and
it
it's
is.
Alan Moore, who's a genius. Alan Moore created the Swamp Thing character. If people don't know,
I didn't know that.
so he wrote Swamp Thing for Marvel for years. And if you read Alan Moore's '70s Swamp Thing, it's dark, gritty, brilliant. And Watchmen he wrote it. DC bought the rights to it. Marvel rejected it, and DC's like, "This is because Marvel it was too cutting edge."
That's
for Marvel.
that's too
too dark.
That's too dark for
If
Marvel.
Rorschach frying people's face in jail,
Yeah,
like, they don't have that for Marvel.
mass murder.
So
like-
DC was like,
Murder and destruction.
DC's like, we'll take it.
We don't do mass murder. We just
DC released
snap
something
everyone.
called
Yeah.
Doomsday Clock, and it's fantastic. I'm reading it right now. I'm halfway through.
Doomsday Clock.
So it's a sequel to The Watchmen,
Okay.
but it's with DC characters like Batman, Lex Luthor's in it.
Oh shit.
Like Rorschach fights the Joker. It's fucking
Oh,
nuts.
I gotta check this out.
Bro, the Joker like bombs his fucking thing, kills like 100 people, and like Rorschach like tries to fucking kill him, like beats the shit out of the Joker.
Oh, I gotta check
and
this
Joker's laughing. And
out. It's like a graphic novel, Doomsday Clock.
yeah, it's graphic. It's fucking fantastic.
Oh,
It's basically Watchmen with DC characters, and then like the big fights like Dr. Manhattan and Superman because they're like gods. You know,
Oh,
it's
that's sick.
phenomenal.
Oh,
Check
nice.
out Doomsday Clock. It's unreal.
I'm gonna put that on my list. Doomsday Clock.
Just think about the fight scenes I just mentioned. Dr. Manhattan,
Yeah.
Superman, Joker fighting
yeah.
Rorschach.
Yeah,
it's
that's great.
fucking nuts. So I highly recommend it. And Osmondaeus is scheming as usual, like he's doing his
Fantastic.
shit.
Yeah. There's there's a long.
Him and Luthor are kind of scheming against each other.
I was
They're
gonna
like the
say
schemers.
that's who you'd go
This
up
is
against.
12-issue comic set right here.
The trade didn't come out yet. So my friend Max, you know Max, he gave me the 12 comics. I'm about
It
halfway.
didn't come out in like book form. It's just still.
It'll be out soon.
Okay.
But I'm like, it's 12 issues. I'm about 6 in, and I fucking love
You know
it.
what I watched that you might like? Well, you might not like because it's like very like woman-esque. The Kitchen. It's the.
I tried to watch it. I turned it off.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. It was.
It's about the Westies. I know the Westies very well.
You're
yeah.
a big fan of the
Yeah.
Westies.
My uncle was like their tax guy.
My uncle
Yeah.
was a Westie.
They were Irish gangsters in there.
I
My-
like,
my uncle was part of
I
the
like the
IRA.
backstory more than the actual story, but you know,
The Westies are brilliant, man. They
Hell's Kitchen's my stomping ground, so it was pretty cool.
they used to pick up drugs and weapons from Whitey Bulger. 'Cause Whitey Bulger ran the Irish mob.
Yeah.
I was at a bar, true story, in Boston about 2010. They were collecting money for the IRA, $1 for a bullet.
Nice.
Put 10 in the till, you know.
There you go.
You gotta support the IRA.
Yeah.
The Irish Republican
Jesus
Army.
Christ, Sean. The sense of that too.
You're gonna censor the IRA. There's some
No,
censors.
there's big fans of the IRA.
There's great fans of the IRA.
Hey, they support the Staten Island St. Patrick's Parade, so
They sure do,
Yeah.
which didn't support same
hey,
sex.
we don't have bisexual queens, okay?
It's funny because it's the one parade. This was right before the virus too, and it was the one
Me and
parade.
Amoni
in
were
New
there
York City.
crushing beers at
You
Nuremberg.
guys were there.
Yeah,
Wow,
we were
Yeah,
Nuremberg
that was
is
a good
alehouse.
time.
We were there supporting everyone.
Live
besides,
bands, drinking stouts. It was a
Besides anyone that wasn't Irish in the IRA.
I love Nuremberger.
Shout out to the IRA.
Their pretzel burger there is banging, and then they also have like also.
Yeah, we got
you know,
crushed there. That was good times.
That's good times.
Probably the last of the good times.
Yeah, you
Honestly,
get
there's
hammered
only 2 German spots. I think Nuremberg has better food than Kilmeyer's.
down. Yeah,
the-
Nuremberger is
Yes.
number one for.
What's the
Staten
spot
Island,
that we
I
went to in Brooklyn that time? That was good. Near
Closed.
Oh, they
think.
closed.
The permanent. Wow.
There was a big German beer hall right by Barclays. It was called.
That place was awesome.
It was King's Beer Hall, but they closed it down.
Klingenhofer's. Remember what about
Rugenslagens.
Rugenschlagens. What about not to interrupt the name, but what the place that you in Jersey City that's beer hall.
Zeppelin Beer Hall.
Zeppelin Beer Hall.
Great
Yeah.
spot.
That place is great.
Awesome
Huge
spot.
spot. You know,
Tons of beer, good
It's
food.
always a little overpacked for me, but also it's got the space for it.
But it's gigantic.
It's huge.
And if you
It's
go there
huge.
and it's nice. I usually go in the
Outdoor
winter
area.
for some reason.
We always go in the winter. It's
I've been like
freezing.
You
four
ever notice
times.
you go to these places like and it's just always like miserable.
freezing.
and
Yeah, like the
cold
last
and,
time
like-
I was there, I
Hot
was
summer day.
We were outside. They had a great outside area too.
We
It's
went there
huge.
for my birthday, like
yeah, a couple years
and we went
ago.
there for Flav's summer.
Flav's,
Your
uh,
birthday is always like a disaster.
Yeah,
you know,
it
with
is.
the
Fucking
weather.
January 0.
dregs of winter.
Oh, we're gonna go play.
To
that
golf,
was a
yeah.
mistake.
Thank
Top-
God I had work since it was
Yeah, you
snowing
guys
out.
flaked, and he
Yeah.
made the right call.
Negative 12 degrees.
I had work in this. It was snowing.
It
I
was
had work.
fucking-
I had to work
It
in
was
the
the
snow.
coldest
Hey,
day
it's
of that
called
winter.
pneumonia golf, bro. Get with it.
Negative 12 degrees.
You get
And it's
pneumonia, you
I
play
was in a
golf.
t-shirt.
ammonia golf.
I was in a t-shirt.
Negative 12 degrees. Like the freaking.
Oh, they got heaters.
Yeah, heater my ass. The freaking
It's
wind.
called pneumonia golf.
Negative
Get the fucking trend.
Negative
alright?
12 degree weather on your face. But all
It's
right.
like wide open.
Wide open. There's not like, oh no, it's indoor outdoor. It's fucking outdoor, man.
It was a mistake.
I'm shocked that it was open, but people like
Like,
Sean-
you really want to come? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. All right. You sure, sir? We'll make your renovation a reservation if you'd like. But yeah, okay. I guess that settles it. Any other final thoughts here, Jerry Springer?
So let's.
Cap
What's
it
your
up.
prediction of the end of COVID opening up?
I think we're gonna start
Optimistic.
opening things in June, but I don't know. You can talk to this
I
guy.
think we're gonna open up soon, and it's gonna fuck everything up, and then we're gonna be trapped for
Well,
the rest of the year.
I think they're gonna open up cautiously. They're gonna have half capacity bars.
But nobody's gonna listen to cautious. No one's listening now.
The second you open them up, people are gonna be like, They say it's good.
No,
it's
but
good.
the restaurants are only allowed half
Yeah,
occupancy.
half occupancy. I
The
heard
bar's
that.
gonna be half.
Same thing, but are they gonna just clock them?
But like, you can't have
'Cause these
Broadway
places-
shows because
Everyone's on top.
they're not gonna make money if
unless
it's
you,
empty.
Unless you do half seats.
They're not
They
gonna
thought
make
about
money.
that, but then, like you said, if we go to a game together, we're gonna sit 2 seats apart.
No,
We're just gonna
I don't
watch
think
them when we get in.
buffer zone, Jerry.
I think live sports are fried for 2020.
That's crazy. to
Maybe
think.
NFL and like
No shot. Look at college atmosphere for football.
college.
110,000.
Well, the thing is, I think you could play NFL without empty stadium. College empty would be trash.
Trash.
Well, yeah, that's different. Like we said, with
College
wrestling
is
thing.
the ambiance, like wrestling.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
kind of thing.
NFL, you still have Tom Brady and
Yeah,
high quality
yeah.
yeah, but
football.
high
NFL home
quality.
field advantage is a big deal too.
That's
Like,
true,
it's
and then
like-
and that's all based on the fans there.
yeah. So now you know like Seattle the 12th man. Like
It's
now
the-
Seattle is irrelevant.
Right.
They
You
don't have the 12th
You
man.
can
fucking
you
fans
can
on the
enjoy
energy.
watching the NFL in empty stadium.
Yes, you could still
Watching
yeah.
college is
No,
gonna
you
be
can't.
garbage.
That's true. Yes.
It's gonna be just crap.
Wow, this is a weird time, man.
Look at baseball; they're trying to do 3
I
divisions.
know you see that three
the
division
Mets and
divide?
Yankees are gonna be the same division.
Oh my god, it's so weird.
East,
No,
West,
it's
Central.
Well, I saw that. That's not gonna happen though.
Looks like it's
I don't
going.
know if it's
It's-
gonna
Why don't they just do 80, 100 games?
They're doing 100.
They're doing
games.
100.
They're
yeah,
gonna
it's
do 100
games.
games, but
And just the teams are all gonna play each other. There's gonna be more playoff teams.
will they have more double headers? Will they have
No.
to have double headers or
I don't know
no?
what the fuck they do.
The teams that are regionally based. So
You know, I know.
Yeah,
the
like
regional
you're,
based
you're all
teams
playing teams that are in like a
all the time.
fucking
You're gonna be
what
playing
50
the,
miles
yeah,
city
you're gonna
from
be
each other.
yeah, you're gonna be playing
Phillies,
fucking Philly
yeah.
and what's it called? Yeah,
Philly,
exactly.
Pittsburgh,
Philly-
Boston,
like,
Baltimore,
we're not going to
New York,
Seattle.
New
What
York.
Right.
happens with like pitchers batting and stuff with that? If
gone.
that happens,
Oh, it's gone.
No, they're gonna do initiate. They're gonna initiate for this season only DH.
DH only.
wow. I prefer it the other way around. I think.
It's good for the Mets. You got a guy like Cespedes. He can't play the field. He can only bat.
Right.
It'll be interesting.
That'll be
interesting
interesting.
times we live. But sports is a big part of our culture.
For sure.
And like, we're big. Me and Ramon, I think, probably bigger sports guys than you.
For sure.
But like, life without
I haven't
sports,
even
man,
watched
it's
sports much at
fucking-
all last year.
They said I actually got a text message today that this was the 50th day without any sports.
That's crazy.
And do you notice, like, when we hang out, is we watch a game. When
Yeah,
we
yeah.
chill, we meet at a bar, we
Yeah,
watch it. That's
watch a game. Yeah,
our, like...
we forced them to put that Ranger game on. Remember
Yeah,
the
you
Ranger
put that
Islander
fucking
game?
Yeah, we're like, put this on now. They're like, sorry, sir. But, like, our social interactions, unless it's a parade or some big event, revolve around sports.
Yeah. To
We
meet
go-
up and
we watched it. Like the draft. We watch the draft all the
there
fucking
you
time.
go,
Yeah.
Watch the draft, or like you said, put a Ranger game.
It's a
on.
reason to get together.
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, I always think of early football as, like, you always host, for
Have a
years.
Yes.
beer, watch the game.
Even, like, I remember the old Cortellu days where you, like, watch your dad. They put the TV
Yeah,
in the
in the
backyard.
backyard, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
those
yeah.
are great times.
Yeah.
Steve would come in his Brooklyn Nets hoodie and everyone made fun of him. Oh, that was
Yeah, laugh at him. Yeah.
They're like, Steve, why you in a Brooklyn Nets hoodie? And they all laughed him out of
I know,
town.
he's so weird. Terrible. But yeah, so you say they'll open it up and then we're gonna get ruined.
And then we'll fuck ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Tough times we're living in.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers definitely crossed. Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Yeah.
You want to be safe than sorry, for sure. I agree with that.
Safe than sorry. All right, I guess we'll cap it there. We're at 2 hours 10 minutes on this episode.
Juicy episode.
This is very long. And the final things, we have a lot of wrestling to talk about. Maybe we'll divide that into another episode, or at least we'll want to go over the dark side of the rings. We'll chat.
I think
they're which have been great, by the way. I wanted to talk about in this episode, but I think we'll do maybe an hour separately.
I think me and Chris could do a Turtle episode for sure.
Turtle
episode.
and wrestling episode are
Yeah.
coming in the near future.
Yeah, that'll be good stuff to go over, and we'll
Stay healthy.
stay
safe.
healthy, stay safe, yo.
And,
Wear your
we'll
mask, socially distance yourself,
Yeah.
keep yourself within 1 feet of
Hear yourself spitting on each other.
spitting
from
on each other, and
2 mile.
Don't worry, we have plenty of bottles of urine. We're good.
Don't worry, we have
Once we drink all the urine, we should be okay.
no shortage of bottles of urine. I believe it is all sterile at this point. So, okay, that's it, boys. Keep enjoy yourselves, stay safe, and keep watching the stars.